Good evening, New York Jets fans. I am Midnight Mike, coming to you from the Long Island Sound. I am your late night New York Jets host, and this is the show for blue-collar New York Jets fans that bleed green. I'm excited for the show tonight. We have a lot to do, a lot on the list, and we're about to get that ready. But first, let's hear the end of this old-school Jets fight song. All right. Welcome in, everybody. I appreciate you coming here to the Midnight Mike Show Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We always have fun tonight. Tonight we have a guest, and he will be coming on momentarily around 9:15. And that will be Jeremy from Jets Chaos, and I'm a big fan of his. I have been watching him for a couple years now as he does stuff with Green Bean and Ryan and Matt and fills in on Talking Jets. And just like I've said at the beginning of this offseason, my goal in our first offseason doing this show is to get to know the Jets content creators, and Jeremy is up next, and I can't wait to talk to him. Another reason why I'm excited that he is coming on is because on Tuesday night, there was no bullshit when it said that Mike is going to thrash Hassan Reddick, and I did. I'm one of the few people who is I'm just not accepting of the fact that this douchebag wants to sit out the mandatory practices. Now, once again, I will repeat myself, since members are the only ones who have ability to rewatch Tuesday night show. Maybe I'll cut it and I'll put it out as a regular video, just the 10-minute rant. But I have no doubt that Hassan Reddick will be there week one. We'll get it done. That's not the complaint here. The complaint here is that you're on a new team. The complaint here is that you have to prove yourself to the fans. You have to prove yourself to your teammates, the coaches, the ownership, and everyone involved in the New York Jets organization. And if he wanted to sit out, the optional, the voluntary OTAs and mini camps and all that, I'm okay with that. But dude, the holdout thing is not going to work for me. It's not going to work for me, and my mind has not changed since Tuesday night, and Hassan Reddick is already on my shit list. Once again, he'll be here week one. I'm not concerned. He'll probably get us 10 sacks this season. Will I be cheering for him when he goes on the field? Absolutely, I will. But I'm sorry, I can't look past the fact that you're on a new team, you have something to prove, and he's sitting here holding out for something he did for another fucking franchise, for the Philadelphia Eagles, not for the New York Jets. That's it, okay? That's all I have to say about that. The reason I like Jeremy is because he's one of the few people that I saw on Twitter or X who sees things the way I see them. Now, I know a lot of people are like, oh, we shouldn't worry about this. Shouldn't be something we worry about. I repeat, I'm not worried. He'll be here week one. He will be here week one. But you look like a douchebag, in my opinion. It's that simple. Of course, we will be doing our intermission report about halfway through the show. We did it for the first time last week, and we had a topic already picked out. Because during our intermission report, what do?
Mike and Maddie's top 5.
Mike and Maddie's top 5. What we're doing this week is how we're hopefully going to be doing it in the future. And that's going to you guys for the top 5. So as soon as the intermission report hits, we want you guys in the comments section to write in different top 5s we could do. And then when we pick one, everybody help me and Maddie come up with our top 5. I got a little notebook right here ready to go. And I'll look at the comments section and I'll be like, all right, and we'll come up with it. Last Saturday night, we did our top 5 professional hockey jerseys. And we had a great time doing that. But I want this to be super interactive. I want you guys to pick the top 5, and then you guys help me and Maddie with your arguments come up with what we end up doing in the long run. It's going to be a blast. And then at the end of the show, at about the, around the 2-hour mark, when we're winding down here tonight, we're going to be doing another edition of Midnight Mike Show Theater. What is that, you may ask? If you are new, me and Maddie each week will come up with a 10-minute, 5-minute, 15-minute clip off of YouTube about something. It could be the Jets, of course, or it could be something else. We did the Masters. Oh, God, I'm gonna have to bring Maddie on to figure this out. But we did the Masters of the Gridiron, I believe it was, and it was some weird ass trippy movie that like the 1986 Cleveland Browns did, where they're playing characters from like Masters of the Universe or Conan the Barbarian. It's bizarre. One night we relived the highlight reel of the Midnight Miracle, or Monday Night Miracle, Jets Dolphins 2000. Jumbo, catch the ball. This week, if you haven't done your homework, you have to. I had it written down here somewhere. We'll bring in Maddie. You know what? Let's bring in my co-host, ladies and gentlemen. While you are here, hit that like button, please. It is free to do. To hit that like button and show your support. And what that does is in the YouTube algorithms, it lets other people know that the Midnight Mike Show is live, and then they tune in, they join us, and the community grows and grows and grows. So hit that like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. I like to see some new subscribers when I get off the air tonight. That'd be nice. Maddie, how you doing tonight?
What is up, my friends? How is everybody?
I'm doing good. How's everybody in the comments doing?
Good.
Yeah?
You know, Dano, I didn't forget my eyebrows. My eyebrows are blonde. When I was a kid at Catholic school, they threw rocks at me and said I had curse of the devil for that. So you know what, man? I'm remember that shit. And when my unholy father wants to talk to somebody, sending him your way. Everything's good, man. Good week. Long week, though. Real quick before we go, I know, Dano. Before we go on, I want to wish all the dads out there a quick happy Father's Day. What you do is invaluable. And other than that, I've been looking forward to this all day. Can't wait for the intermission report.
Absolutely. And a happy Father's Day to you too, man.
You too, buddy. So, I don't know what we're doing tomorrow, but there's some unholy surprise waiting for me. I'm looking forward to it. So
I think we're going to the beach.
Nice. It is so.
I like to just sit in the sand, smell that salt air, and drink some beer.
Nice. Good for you. That's beautiful.
First Lady Valerie's in here, who's wishing everybody, me and Maddie, but I'm sure everybody a happy Father's Day.
Includes everybody in that.
Absolutely. Yes, Greg, man, that old school Jets song that starts out our show every week. I don't think anybody else uses it but us.
I think so. I think we're it. It gets stuck in my head after every fucking show, too.
What's up, Monique? How you doing? Good to see you as usual. Dano saying hi to Monique. I assume Dano, before you even came on, started mocking your eyebrows.
Hey man, like I say, what's really cool is when I get sunburned. Although I haven't seen them with the new, Death Eater mark that I have. But when I get like a full like good sunburn, I look like Kiefer Sutherland from the Lost Boys because they just pop out of the fucking red skin. It's quite terrifying.
Do you have a nice scar up there?
Oh yeah. I don't know if you can see it. But it's coming in nicely.
Oh yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Anyone who's new, you gotta go back a few weeks and check out.
I think it's the May 11th show, like when my eye was all swollen shut, and I was like, Mike could say some shit. He'd be like, "Yeah, so we're gonna go do this." I'm like, "What?" Like I was freshly concussed and retarded. So
it is what it is, man.
It's a good look for me, though.
Go through the. By the way, Jeremy, you're familiar with Jeremy? He's coming on tonight.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Jeremy's great. He's fun. I'm excited.
Zach says Reddick sitting out is frustrating, and he could have just showed up to the facility to be with the team. That's how I look at it. It's like you can hold out and you can show up and at least talk to the guy, shake some hands, and maybe you don't want to get injured. I get that. You know, he doesn't want to get injured without a guarantee, some guaranteed money. But how about showing up to one Jets drive, shaking some hands, and saying, "Hey guys, look, man, as soon as we get this contract rolled out, you know, I'll be hopping on that field. But right now, you know, it's that I agree with you, Zach. I completely agree with you.
I made my feelings on this clear, and I feel like we're just beating a dead horse now.
No, until he's on that field, there's no such thing as beating a dead horse, especially in the offseason when there's really nothing to talk about.
I'll give you that. I just don't care. It is what it is. I agree. I'd like him to be there, but at the same time, you know, my relationship with this team is so much that we just they could sign Ted Bundy to be the quarterback's coach, and if he fucking got us a Super Bowl, I wouldn't care. So I just want wins. I don't care. I'm so hurt. This team abuses me so badly, like Ike Turner, that if they just give me a win, I will forgive everything.
So. I think Dano's saying that he's just.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I've been keeping up in the current of the comments, so I appreciate that. Yeah, me and Dano's fun. Dano cracks me up, dude. He's like I say, if you don't come to this show and talk a little shit, why are you even here? I mean, me and Mike shit talk each other, and we're buddies.
Yeah, and we've repeated this before anyone knew. The old mantra here on this show is if we're not talking shit on you, if we're not fucking with you, it means we don't like you.
Yeah, we're ignoring your comments. And by the way, that doesn't mean we don't like you if we just don't see your comments. A lot of comments coming in, so I try to stay at the bottom of the feed, and then Mike will highlight them from up here. But please don't think that we're intentionally ignoring you unless you pissed us off. And if you pissed us off, we'll let you know. But also, we won't kick you.
Before we bring on our guest, I just want to point out that it can be done one of two ways. Okay, if you guess the game of the week behind me, you're a winner. You'll get the stickers. But also, I actually did order more than I thought. Another batch came in that I didn't realize. Maybe I ordered them by accident, but I was like, you know what? I'll just keep them. I'm not going to send them back. But it's basically either one of two things. Either guess the game of the week behind me, and then you get the pride of telling everybody that you guessed the game of the week behind me, or just go to Midnight Mike Show. That's MIDNITE Mike Show at gmail.com. And these are limited. I'll send you out the holographic Midnight Mike Show mid-century modern sticker. But everybody's going to be receiving the Midnight Mike Show New York Jets logo sticker for your water bottle, for your computer, for your car, whatever you want. Just stick it and spread the love of the Midnight Mike Show. So that's it.
I'm gonna go full prison tattoo and get a Midnight Mike Show tattoo on my neck, and I'm gonna get Midnight Mike right over my eyebrow with like a Jets fucking swoosh.
Please do, man. I would love that. I'd be honored.
Listen, I don't ever want to get a job ever again, so let's fucking go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Our guest this week on the Midnight Mike Show is a guy who's not only does his own show about the Jets, but he also does a show with his brother where they do like food reviews, which I also enjoy. But he's also like the fourth man on the Talking Jets podcast, because whenever any of them can't show up, he's there. And sometimes he's there just hanging with them. And that's how I got to know him, through watching him and seeing his content. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Jet Chaos himself. Jeremy, how you doing, man?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, Jeremy.
Thanks for the shout out for the Brooklyn Brothers food review. Very appreciated.
Absolutely, man. I used to I before this channel became a Jets channel, it kind of was a spinoff of the podcast I did for 10 years. So it was always 80s and 90s, pop culture, horror, things like that. And I did a few food reviews on it. And so I definitely appreciate that kind of thing.
Very cool. Very cool.
So how you doing tonight?
I'm good. It's Saturday. It's not even that hot in Sacramento. So, as soon as the summer comes, any day where it doesn't hit 100 is a good day.
Absolutely. It's actually beautiful here on the Long Island Sound. I mean, we have great weather.
Fuck you guys. I'm sweating.
Yeah,
John Wayne Gacy at a Boy Scout meeting.
See, I have to enjoy it. Maddie, because if I wait too long, once we get into July and August, it becomes unbearable. Right. So yeah, that's why I'm making sure. Usually every Father's Day, I try to hit up our beach down the road, and it's it's always really nice. But I got to talk to Jeremy because you're one of the few people who agreed with me on Twitter. Like, I saw your tweets, and I just am not having this Hassan Reddick garbage. What's your thoughts? Tell me what you're thinking here.
You know, with the understanding that there's a piece of information missing. Like, we don't know 100% what he's asking for exactly. I could say as much as I know somebody messed up really bad, whether it's JD or whether it's Hassan Reddick screwing us. Somebody messed up really, really bad on this. And the way I'll say it is, I think that based on my experience, 40 plus years NFL football fan and contract disputes and everything I've ever seen, I almost guarantee you Hassan Reddick is asking for the bag. Almost guaranteed. But there is a possibility that all he's asking for is a guaranteed contract. Like, hey, guarantee that $15 million for me, which I'd be fine with. And I don't know for a fact that's not what he's asking for. If he's asking for that, like I told everybody, I've said it a million times, I'll apologize for any of the smack I've talked about him. But if he is asking for the bag, if he's trying to negotiate, make me a top 5 edge in the NFL, no discount, even though you have me on a contract that's $14 million in incentives, and he's just treating us like he's a free agent and saying, pay me the full thing, then after telling us he wouldn't do that, after the agent said he wouldn't do that, then screw him, man. Like, that's not a good way. Like, he's never going to have my fandom. I mean, if he's wearing the uniform in a game, I'm going to hope he gets sacks, but I'm never going to support the guy. I'm never going to buy his jersey. I'm never going to, I mean, to me, that's low character and it's Bush League.
Yeah, and you're right. It's once again, if I don't even know if I want to fully guarantee the 14 or 15 he wants, but he definitely should get some sort of money guaranteed, because you can't go out on a field and get paid essentially nothing or very little if you get injured and you're out. Right. So I understand that. Maybe guarantee him 10. But if you have to guarantee him the 15 or 14, whatever it is, I'm even okay with that, like you said. But if he's trying to hold us up for that contract, like you said, I said it earlier, you did nothing for the Jets. You have done nothing for the Jets. Everything he did was for the Eagles. So let us guarantee, some or all of your contract this year, prove yourself, and then we can talk about it after you've taken, sacked some guys for the Jets.
Absolutely. And, when you want to raise, I know in my career, and I love when people say, well, it's different in football. I don't understand that. I'll never understand that. Why people think it's different in anything. In anything where there's an employer and an employee, there's no difference, right? These philosophies are the same. When I want to raise in my job, when I'm hoping to get a raise from my employer, that's when I'm at my best. That's when I'm trying to show who I am and why I'm important to the organization. But I'm not going to start saying, I'm not coming in today and I'm screwing the rest of the team until you give me a raise. That's not the approach I would take. And I don't know why people are so welcoming to that as football fans, when it makes no sense in any other industry when you think about it in those terms.
Yeah, I mean, well, for instance, let's say you work for a company, and that company is bought out by AOL Time Warner. I don't even know if AOL Time Warner still exists, but that's just for something in my head. So your company is bought out by AOL Time Warner. So you literally have done nothing for AOL Time Warner. Everything you've done previously was for your previous company. And then in the first day, you walk home and go, I want a new contract. What are they going to do? They're going to be like, all right, you're fired. Get out of here. It's going to be that simple.
Yeah. And just for because I know a lot of people say, oh, be real, Jeremy. Who does that? Who plays harder to get a better contract? Well, JFM did it a couple of years ago. We watched it happen. We watched JFM get his first big contract in the middle of the season because he was playing well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I'm with you. I'm so glad you said it, because in any other job aside from professional sports, you'd just be fired, or you would be like, whatever it is, you would not be put up with. But for some reason, athletes get this, and what am I supposed to do? Feel bad for him? I'm a guy who's making, X amount of dollars a year, trying to make sure my family can get by, I can pay the mortgage and all this other stuff. Meanwhile, this guy makes millions and is like crying about, wanting a new contract. I'm sorry, I can't sit there and cry for you.
Yeah, I mean, just to put it in perspective, he's already made more than I will ever make in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that because he has a talent. He's in the top whatever percentage of the planet at what he does. So I'm not arguing it, but everyone's like Crawl, the poor guy though. I mean, give me a break. You got to make the money when he has more money than almost 99.9% of us talking about this will ever make in their lifetime.
Yep. Probably even combined. So like, think about that. But yeah, I obviously everybody in the comments section and whatnot, we will eventually get to some comments a little later. We talked about this a little bit on Tuesday night. Please, if you like the show, subscribe, but most importantly, hit those thumbs up. Jeremy, one of my questions that I like to ask, because I want to get to know all of you guys, you other Jets content creators in this offseason. And I've asked all the other ones the same question. What before you did your first Jets show, whether YouTube, podcast, whatever, what motivated you? What was your motivation to say, you know what, I got to go on the internet and I got to bitch at people about the Jets?
Well, it was actually two things. Just to go back before this all happened, before the pandemic, I for over 20 years of my life performed improv comedy. So I'm always somebody who needed an outlet, right, for who I was. And it different but the same. Different in that it wasn't about football, but when you do improv with a group, you're different characters. You could be, it's chaos on a stage. That's what improv is. So it's always been in me to want to be a performer. That I get that rush from just performing. And the way it happened was I was actually, we were all like freaking locked down. We're stuck. I'm an educator, so I'm stuck working from home. And here I am, and I have no connection to the Jets, like even less than I had, and it was hard enough to be 3,000 miles away. And suddenly things are happening. We hire, Joe Douglas makes the Jamal Adams trade. We hire Salah, and everybody that lives around me is screaming, "Oh my God, you got the greatest coach in the world!" Because people don't understand the perception he has out here on the West Coast. He's freaking adored, right? You don't know you're gonna have the greatest defense in the world. Just give it 2 years, 3 years, you're gonna have the best defense in the NFL. They literally told me that. So
they weren't wrong though.
Yeah, right. All these draft picks are coming. All these right because of the Jamal Adams trade. Like suddenly I'm saying, hey, you know what? Shit can happen. This could be real, and I got no one to talk about it with. So I noticed a video on YouTube. It's Matt O'Leary, and one day I'm looking for Matt O'Leary. I'm typing Irish guy Jets, redhead Jets, and it took me to Jets 24/7, the panel. And that's when I saw Green Bean and Ryan. And, and the story goes, I don't know if Green Bean tells it a lot. I called in a couple of times, loved it. I said, oh my God, I got on. It was great. And there were people watching. And Green Bean did a contest on Instagram. He took a picture. There was a painting of Joe Namath on a wall. And he said, what amusement park is this? And if you could name the amusement park, you get to be on my show. So I'm like, holy shit, I got to do this, right? And I'm like, I know he's on the Jersey Shore. I know he's in Jersey because he talked about he's doing this tour of Jersey. So I Google amusement parks in New Jersey. And I guess, and I'm wrong. And I guess, and I'm wrong. And I'm guessing these amusement parks. And he never said you can't guess more than once, right? So the funny thing is there's 14 amusement parks along the Jersey Shore. I guessed 14. It was the last one that I guessed.
Which one was it?
I thought it was, I don't even remember. But another thing that I did, because he had the roller coaster site, is I figured out who his wife is on Instagram, her account, because she's part of the roller coaster thing he did. And I even sent her a message saying, can you please tell me what site it was? So Green Bean loved it. He said, look, you're a cheater. You cheated, but I'm going to let you on anyway. And it was magic. Like as soon as I went on his show and we talked and we're hanging out, he told me afterwards, he was really encouraging. He said, you're not just a regular call-in. That was really, really good because, you did really, really well. And if you like this, you should do more of it. And I actually started I was afraid of the technology and to commit to it. But if you guys heard of Frankie from Flatbush, he was in the chats at the time, and I reached out to him and I said, hey, we should do a show together or something. And he goes, well, I already have a channel set up. And I said, do you know how to use StreamYard? He goes, no, but let's check it out. And I actually had a show about 3 years ago with Frankie, and we had a show called Common Chaos or something like that. And that was how the whole thing was born. Basically, the whole thing was born just from that. And then like 6 months later, started my own channel, and then it just kind of just popped from there.
Yeah, now you do that show. I guess that show moved over to with Nick.
Yeah, I'm actually not that I'm kind of stepping back from that channel a little bit, not completely. Like I'll go back to it, but I'm doing, like you mentioned earlier, the Brooklyn Brothers food review with my brothers, and it's, I don't know, I'm really committed to. I really want to build that channel up. I want to do the Jets thing, but me and my brothers have this dream. Like, we see a lot of food review channels out there, and to be honest, they have hundreds of thousands of views, and we just don't, not to be mean or rude, there's a lot of great ones, but there's also a lot of ones where we just don't get it. We don't see what's so good about it. We're like, why are they so viral? Like,
I'm actually gonna have to check that out. I didn't know that channel was there.
Yeah, I mean,
so
and
I'm kind of excited to
I'm excited
tomorrow.
I'm excited for your feedback. And so we thought, the three of us, because my brothers did improv too, we're all performers. We all love to eat. We're all from Brooklyn, so we're all passionate about food. And we just came up with this idea that we're going to do this. And it started off a hot sauce channel, actually, where we were just, if you look at the older episodes, it's just us sampling like the hottest sauces in the country, and we're just burning our faces off. And then I said, hey, guys, I want it to be more than just hot sauce. I really, I'm watching David Portnoy do his pizza thing, and I'm like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
So that's how that came about. So, yeah, my channel's still there, and when the season comes, I'll be doing a lot of reactions, a lot of my rants, a lot of reactions where I just want the mic to myself, and I just want to yell at the camera. But I think a lot of my efforts now, my editing, my time is going to be committed to the food review channel.
Your Jets channel was actually one of the very first channels I ever saw. Like when I got on, I was like I never really put football and YouTube together. You know what I mean? Like I was always like, YouTube was just like SNL cuts and shit like that. And one day I was like, I wonder if there's anybody talking Jets right now. And yours was like the first one I found.
Incredible.
A couple of years ago, and I was like, oh, okay, I like this. I never called in or anything. I didn't have a webcam back then, and I really enjoyed it. And then I got turned on to a few others, and I kind of waned here and there. But I was like, it's just funny because when he said you were coming on, I was like, dude, that was the very first time I watched a Jets channel. So just a kind of a cute little anecdote. But like I said, I've enjoyed your work for quite a while.
That's really cool. No, it's cool to hear that because it's like a similar story to me with Matt O'Leary. So
yeah.
Well, I just.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, first and foremost, you mentioned the green bean thing, and it confused the crap out of me when I first found Green Bean that all his countdowns were on a roller coaster, and I was like, "What the hell does this?" And then, of course, after watching, you figure it out. But I was gonna say, with your food review channel, if you guys are ever coming to Connecticut, I could give you some suggestions of places. Same with Jersey, but I mean, a lot of people can do Jersey. So,
Katz's Deli, man, those guys make an awesome Reuben.
Well, the Katz's Deli I grew up on, and it's definitely my favorite deli in New York City. No question about that. By a mile. I mean, the others aren't even. Yeah, I mean, the others aren't even. Second Avenue Deli used to be close. When they relocated, they're just not.
They just change. Did things just change?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I mean, I think the third and 30th location, the one that's Midtown, it's still. I think. Well, that one's really good, but they opened up one on 75th and First Avenue, and that just is not the same. I think they're like literally delivering the meat from the other location, so it's just not the same. But Katz's is the shit, man. And if you're from Connecticut, are you talking about New Haven?
That's the last one I ate at last time I was back east.
Look, let me be fair. I'm a Jersey boy. Okay, I grew up in Jersey 25 years. Then I moved to Philadelphia for 11 years. Right in Center City, and then I got married while I was there, and we had our first kid, and we didn't want her growing up in the city, so we moved up to Connecticut, where she's from. I can't honestly. I do not like this. I do not like New Haven pizza. I've tried it from several different locations. And when I was in Philadelphia, I only found 2 places in the entire city that their pizza was acceptable. And one of them I couldn't order from anymore because I cursed out the owner. So
As you do.
Yeah. Hey, look, I told him extra cheese, and there was not extra cheese on my pizza.
Oh,
and I'm sorry. Like me and my wife used to each order our own pies, and I extra cheese. And sometimes, you do the pepperoni, or you do like the, whatever. My wife's she ordered she just wanted spinach on her pizza with some cheese. And when the pizzas came, my extra cheese had less cheese on it than her spinach.
This is not Nom. This is bowling. There are rules.
Exactly. I called the guy up. I'm like, listen, man, I hate to say this, but I ordered extra cheese and I didn't get extra cheese. And he immediately went back to me. He's like, no, that's wrong. We put extra cheese on the pizza. I said, my wife's spinach pizza has more cheese on it than my extra cheese pizza. No, you're wrong. Whatever. And we got into this huge fight. And literally just a week before it was the Super Bowl Sunday, and my wife and I ordered their entire sandwich platter just for us two. Okay, so that usually feeds like 20 people.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
and so I never ordered from them again. And if anybody is in Center City, Philadelphia, I sure hope it's still open. Rendazzo's on South Street is the only acceptable pizza that I found in my 10, 11 years living in the city. But as far as it comes with Connecticut, have you ever heard of Louis' Luncheonette or Louis' Lunch?
I have. Not. I've never had it, but I Portnoy definitely reviewed it. So I've heard of it through Dave Portnoy. I've never had a pizza in Connecticut, by the way. So the reason I say I want to go to New Haven is only because I've never tried it, and all I hear is all this talk about it, But you got me interested in that because I heard of that, and that was one I remember making a note in my head of. Oh, I'd love to go there.
It's apparently the very first hamburger joint in the country.
Square
and it's a round patty, but they use, I think, 4 different ground meats for it. And they don't serve. There's no condiments in the whole restaurant. You cannot get condiments. All they do is put a cheddar cheese spread on toast, white toast. So there's not burger.
Right. That I remember. And they use the old machines. They're like 100 years old, right? Cook them. Yeah, like whatever. Like I saw that video. Yeah,
it goes in like this thing that clamps it, and it goes in sideways. And I'll tell you what, it's good. I mean, it's not the best I've ever had, but it's definitely good. But I'm a ketchup guy, so the fact that I couldn't get ketchup was a little weird. But and then also in Connecticut, steamed cheeseburgers, they're really good too.
Wow.
So yeah, if you're ever up here, man, Louis' Lunch, and then find a place that makes a good steamed cheeseburger.
Okay.
Yeah,
I will make a note of that. I'm like at the point where when I start doing my longer trips back to New York, I'm like, there's no way I'm not taking a train out. I'm going to start to get out to Connecticut. Got to get out to Jersey more. There's so many places I never knew about. So, and I got the channel, so I always looking for good reviews, and the best places to review are famous places because it's obviously comes up in searches and gets you more views. So
yeah, and Louis' Lunch will do it because I mean a lot of people, like you said, they've been reviewed many times. But now once again, does that mean that it's kind of been done to death and you won't? I don't know. I don't know the food review channels. If too many people have reviewed one spot, will it hurt your views? I don't know. I never know how to judge that.
It's usually the fast food restaurants that there are a million for, but when you even the more famous places, there's still a lot of opportunity. It's just I think to me it's just I tell my brothers this all the time. Let's just keep doing the good content and not sweat it.
Yeah, well, yeah, and be consistent. As long as you can be consistent, because even when I did my other podcast for 10 years, it's the second, and I'm a podcast listener, I'm a YouTube viewer. The second you're gone for a week, or God forbid 2 weeks, whatever, the people find someone else, and because there's just so many options out there. So that's what I'm always afraid of with this channel or with my other podcast, things like that. But yeah, so now let me ask you, where are you on the Jets and the AFC East? Let's assume every team in the AFC East stays healthy. Who wins the division?
I'm honestly, and I know, I mean, and I wouldn't blame any Bills fan if they were watching for me saying this. But I did not predict this any other year as a Jets fan, so I want to qualify that. It's not like every year I'm saying Jets, Jets, Jets. But this year, honestly, assuming health, assuming there's no unusual injuries or whatever, all things being equal for all the teams in our division, I honestly and genuinely believe the Jets are winning the division.
Yeah, I'm the same way, and I'll say it like I said, like I prefaced it. All the teams, I want all the teams to be healthy because when we win the division, I don't want anybody being like, oh well, you know, we had this guy gone and we had this guy gone. No. I want a healthy Tua. I want a healthy Josh Allen, so that when the Jets win the division, we can throw it back in their face. Finally, we'll get our day.
Absolutely.
So what I want to do is we are getting to the 20-minute mark. I think we might even have gone over the 20-minute mark. And you're more than welcome to stay on for a little while, at least to the intermission report. But before anything happens, I want to do my what I call like my lightning round, where I'm just going to give you two options, and you just give me your answer for one of them. The first will be a couple, you know, kind of 80s, 90s pop culture-y questions, and then we'll get into the Jets ones.
Okay.
All right, here we go. So the first one, Super Mario or Sonic the Hedgehog?
Super Mario.
Nice. Coca-Cola or Pepsi?
Sorry, Dad. Coca-Cola.
Oh, hell yeah. Why, your dad a Pepsi guy?
My dad used to make me turn the channel when a Coke commercial was on.
Oh my God.
Like
See,
mental illness for Pepsi.
I am like a big Coke guy. Like I always liked Coke. And then in the 90s, I'd say I kind of moved over to Pepsi, but that's only because they had like Shaq and they had Britney Spears and they had all these famous people like promoting Pepsi. So I feel like I was a little brainwashed, but then eventually I just went back to the standard Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
And even behind me is a can of New Coke.
Oh wow, nice.
Now this isn't an original. When I was doing my old show, Stranger Things reached out to me and sent me a box set. They re-released New Coke for Stranger Things season 4, but the only way you could get it was like going through this website and all this other thing, and then they sent it out to certain podcasts to kind of promote it. And it came with 2 limited edition New Cokes. This one was drank by me and my co-host. And then I have an unopened one. And then I also still have this one I guess it would be for I guess your dad would appreciate that.
Oh yeah, there it is. That's my childhood.
Yeah, the old school Pepsi logo.
Yeah. Love that. Hey, I mean, I grew up on Pepsi because of my dad, and I think I used to think he was silly because I thought I was happy with
Crystal Pepsi. Sorry.
Oh, look at that! Pepsi. Yeah, I remember.
Nice.
Crystal Pepsi. I like that too. I was happy with either one. So it happened. I was Pepsi because of my dad. Then I was I don't care. Just give me Coke or Pepsi. And then what changed me to Coke? And again, I still don't care that much. But what changed me to Coke was I used to travel for business, and I was in Atlanta, and we had a free day, and we went to the Coca-Cola Museum in Atlanta. And for anybody who has not been to the Coca-Cola Museum in Atlanta,
I bet it's cool.
It is one of the top 5 museum experiences of my life. I've traveled all over the world. I mean, I love traveling, and I love museums, and I love learning about history. And I am telling you, mixed into my top 5 is the Coca-Cola Museum in Atlanta. It is so much fun. And you know what? The history of Coca-Cola is so in tune with the history of this country. Like it's like, you know what I mean? Like, so when you learn about the history of Coca-Cola, you feel like you're learning about the history of America because it's so insane that it's so part of America.
Well, yeah, and you could go back through history, through photographs and things like that. And the thing that never changes in pictures of let's say an American city, whether you're looking at a picture of New York City or Philadelphia or Los Angeles or whatever, whether it's from 2024 or whether it's from 1910, in the background, there's a Coca-Cola ad somewhere. And it's just, it literally is Americana. It's, I mean, I hate to say it, but also kind of like McDonald's, you know, there's always a McDonald's something there. All right, let's move on. This lightning round, it became not lightning, but that's okay. Because
always happens to me. Always happens.
That's okay. I don't know if you watch horror, but I'm a horror guy. So I have to ask, Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers?
Ooh, man, I'm gonna because I just want to say Bruce Campbell and Evil Dead, but
A lot of people love Bruce Campbell.
so but I'll go with Mike Myers.
All right, and now we're going to get into the Jets stuff. Now, wait, did you picked Mike Myers as in Austin Powers?
I know, but I do that on purpose because that's why. That's how indifferent I am. It's like, well, he has the name that sounds like Wayne's World.
Yeah, absolutely. So these next ones, you have to imagine the Jets are in the Super Bowl, and you are going to put one of these guys out there at each position. Okay. Quarterback, Vinny Testaverde or Chad Pennington.
Healthy? Both healthy?
Both healthy and both at their best. So don't think of their worst. Think of both of those guys in their best game they've ever had, and that's what they're going to have in the Super Bowl.
Chad Pennington.
All right, fair enough. I'm a Vinny guy, like
I love Vinny, but for the 5 seconds that Chad was in his prime before the injury, I think he's Ken O'Brien level, like maybe better.
Oh, I love Kenny too. That's who I grew up watching. Love Ken O'Brien. All right, we need a running back, and I'm going to ask you Curtis Martin or Breece Hall.
Oh, as much as I am one that believes that Breece Hall, when it's all said and done, will be the greatest running back we've ever had and top 10 in NFL history potentially if he stays healthy. But as of right now, I'm going Curtis Martin because I could be wrong about Breece Hall. We may have seen his best.
This
but
is
Curtis
usually
Martin,
the answer, I think, from all kind of smart Jets fans is just haven't seen enough to dethrone Curtis.
Right. Have not seen enough it's a perfect way to say it.
Totally think it's possible. Just
right.
Well, another thing is that I'm scared because running backs have such a shorter lifespan now.
Yeah,
and we look who we just drafted. We just drafted 2 more, so they might be looking at this going, we're going to use Breece for what we have, and then we're going to move on. He's going to go to another team because how are we going to sit there in a 2-year time frame and keep Breece Hall, Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, Jermaine Johnson, like the list goes on, and they're all coming within like a 2-year time frame.
Yeah, it's very possible. Hey, a couple of years ago, we were all dreaming. Can we be like Baltimore? Can we be like Pittsburgh? Can we be like Green Bay? Can we be one of these franchises that just put out a competitive team every year that always has a chance, that's always recycling? Guys leave, new guys come in. Well, that's what that entails. That means you have to be willing to say goodbye to players. But you have to hope that we continue to bring in the young talent.
Absolutely. That's just why I would have picked Curtis Martin too, and for the same reason. Breece still has to fully prove himself, but if the Jets give Breece a second contract, he could easily match, that the height of a Curtis Martin.
Yeah, I think as if you said, the potential is there, and they're different. They're different. Curtis Martin to me was more solid, steady, 4 to 5 yards. He'll pop, a bigger one, but the thing was, he's going to just grind down the other team, and he's a stud, and he just did it. Where to me, Breece Hall is this tremendous home run hitter, right? He's just and there's this hope, and we're going to see. We don't know yet, but there's hope that some of those big runs he's had is going to be something like that is just going to happen so many times. He's going to put up, disgusting numbers.
All right, we need a wide receiver now, and it's going to be the same type of question we just did. The old and the new. So who are you taking? Al Toon or Garrett Wilson?
Oh, damn you. Wow. I think I have to go for the same exact answer for the same exact reason. I think I have to take Al Toon because I know exactly what I'm getting. Whereas as much as I love Garrett Wilson and I see the potential and I've seen moments where I think he's going to go down as the best wide receiver we've ever had, there's still some things wrong with his game that were maybe because he was frustrated the last 2 years and in frustration, there's still some drops. There's still some mistakes he makes. There's still some helmet throwing and things where he goes a little over the line, where he still has to learn to turn it, to be a leader. So I don't think he's there yet. And I think he definitely will get there. And I think he's going to be a legendary wide receiver, but because he hasn't done it yet, and Altoon was Altoon, I'm going with Altoon.
All right. I see my internet is acting up right now. I'm not really sure why. So hopefully you guys can hear me okay. The final question is, unfortunately, Chad went down. So you have to go with one of your backups, Zach Wilson or Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
Okay, he's running the board. He's running the board. But the thing is that I still stick by the fact that there's a game every season where Zach Wilson just looks really amazing. There's one every season.
Oh, yeah.
And after that, yeah.
Dude, the third game of his career against Tennessee. Unfortunately, there was some bad in that game, too. He missed a really easy pass. The game should have been over a lot sooner. But the play he made to Corey Davis in that Tennessee game, I thought we had our franchise quarterback. Like when he was running and directed him and told him to go, and I thought, oh my God, we have a superstar.
Well, even last year, the game versus the Chiefs or the second half versus the Texans, you see these things, and I personally think that game versus the Chiefs is why maybe Joe Douglas fucked up so bad in getting a real legitimate quarterback in a quicker time, like when he should have. Because that false hope, and we all know JD kind of had a thing for Zach Wilson, and then that Chiefs game happened, and he looked at Saleh and he looked at Woody Johnson and he said, Zach Wilson just almost beat the Super Bowl champions. Let's see what we have here, and of course it was exactly what we all thought we had.
Yeah, I mean I think the problem with Zach Wilson definitely because the evidence is in that Kansas City game. There's so much evidence that this is not about he's not able to or not like that has physical limitations. This is 100% in his head. Because you can't just be able to do it and do it so well and then magically be so bad. It's in his head. And I think it's, the New England games are really where the damage came.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Zach Wilson just could not play the Patriots. At all. All right, let me ask you this. We have our crosstown rivals, and I'm not a hater. I was in middle school and high school. I hated the Giants because everyone fought about that crap. Now it's like, hey, if the Jets aren't in it, I have so many friends and family who love the Giants that I have to kind of root for them, especially if they're playing the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Obviously, I'm taking the Giants over the Patriots, but give me your thoughts on these.
Okay. Look, they're ugly as shit.
Yeah.
I mean, those are really, really ugly. And that's not me taking. I don't think you have to even qualify it by saying, hey, I'm not taking a shot at the Giants. I can't imagine the Giant fans wouldn't agree.
And apparently they're starting week 1 with those jerseys.
Oh, really?
And, yeah, I've heard that week 1.
Those are brutal.
And they are one of the ugliest. They're up there with the Packers throwback uniforms and the Steelers throwback uniforms.
If they're smart, they're only going to wear them every 4 weeks. You
You
know what I'm saying? You don't get the joke, do you?
No, I mean, what? Give me the joke.
I could keep calling them the tampon, so they should wear them every 28 days.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
You know what I'm saying over here?
Well, because we always sit there and talk about how it's the Wolverines helmets mixed with the Canadians jerseys mixed with Notre Dame pants. They were just like, yeah, let's just, kind of pull something together here. But yeah, I just would. People could sat here on this show and on other shows and bitched about the Jets Titans throwback uniforms, and yeah, they're not great.
They don't got shit on these.
Yeah, at least they're not those.
God.
Yeah, these are obnoxiously ugly.
Yeah, that's the best way to say it.
Yeah, it's
obnoxiously ugly.
They're offensive to the eye.
Yeah. Now, did you guys see
they're the second worst next to the Bumblebee Steelers? And I'm like, yeah, they give the Bumblebee Steelers a run for their money.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Another thing is, did you guys see? I mean, it's amateur hour that I do not have this to pull up. But did you see the pictures that the Bucks released? Are they going back?
No.
Are they doing the creamsicle uniforms? Like,
I've been busy
this
week, so I missed a lot.
I saw
Yeah, they
something
put out.
like that.
Yeah, they put out some sort of press release, and it didn't say. I didn't see anything written like we're going to be wearing these often or anything. But it was, Baker Mayfield and the guys all in the creamsicle uniforms, and I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay with those uniforms coming back.
I think it would be really cool as a promotion if they give out like orange creamsicles, like when they wear those uniforms, like
Or at least the Wendy's orange creamsicle shakes.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, something like that.
It looks like that's gonna happen.
Oh, are you looking it up?
I'm trying to find it's sparse, but the Fanatics has the creamsicle jersey for sale. So,
and then there was another team aside from the Jets, aside from the creamsicle. There's another team that's going back to like 80s uniforms. I can't think of. I can't think of it for the life of me, but I know Dolphins fans are clamoring. Are they in the chat tonight, Maddie?
No, I have not seen either of them. I'm kind of bummed out.
Yeah, usually they're trolling us good by now.
I feel like Carmelo Soprano missing Tony right now. Like, I realize they don't respect us and they treat us like shit, but I want them around.
One last question, Jeremy. Did your brothers all move out there with you, or like how do you do this show together?
Oh, well, the only time we're together on camera is when we're visiting each other.
Yeah,
okay. I'm the youngest, so I was the last to leave. And I hate saying like I left New York because to me it's just a temporary thing. Like somehow because we even still have our apartment like in New York. My family, my nephew's there now. The whole family uses it. So, but my oldest brother went to California in the 80s because of Silicon Valley and he's computer science. And now he's up in Washington State, retired or just not retired but self-employed.
Yeah.
And my middle brother went to school at NC State in the Triangle in Carolina and never left. Met a girl, got married, raised a family. My parents moved down there to be close to the grandkids. And I've lived everywhere, man. I bounce around like I'm a lunatic. So I've been in New York to California, back to New York, back to California, back to New York, back to California. And I lived in North Carolina for 2 little 1-year stints, in between all of that. So I've been everywhere.
Awesome. All right. Well, we got to get to our intermission report. We got to get to all that stuff. I actually want to talk. Our Minnesota Vikings correspondent, Sean Neutron, should be coming on at some point. And he wants to talk some hockey jerseys. But Jeremy, please give us all the plugs, your Twitter, everything for people to follow you as if they don't know you already. But let everybody know where they can find you.
Yeah. If you're not already, appreciate the Southern Jets cast, but more important than that. Because we get plenty of Jets, Phil, and I love it. And I'm get everything I like. I'm looking to grow my Brooklyn Brothers Food Review channel. It's something I do with my brothers, brought my family a lot closer together. Our last video is my mother doing a review. She's an 83-year-old Jewish lady.
Oh, nice.
Reviewing a Pakistani restaurant. So
I promise she knows if the food is good or not, and she's not going to mince words.
There you go. So
I can just hear being like, this is fucking horrible.
And believe me, she's not an easy woman to please. She's actually, if my mother likes something, it means it's good because 90% of the time she's like,
Well, when you get that old, it's like you don't have to kiss anybody's ass. If this shit sucks, fuck you. I'm gonna die soon.
Yeah, no, I every one of my grandparents or whatever, man, they'll tell you the truth right off the bat. Like
my
even my
grandmother is gonna
mom,
be 104.
my dad, wow.
Yeah, and she will still, and I swear to God, the woman, I can tell you, you guys want to live a long time, drink a lot of whiskey. That's what she did. But yeah, old people don't care. And they
don't worry about it. I got it.
My man.
But yeah, it's Brooklyn Brothers Food Review. Check out my mom's video. It actually just broke 100 views.
That's the first one I'm watching tomorrow morning with my coffee. I wrote it down already, but I'm definitely going to watch that one for sure.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Guys.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited. I did not know you had that channel, so I'm totally stoked.
Yeah, check it out. It's a lot of fun. It is. It's like, we'll see. Just, I wish I could see everybody's reaction the moment they see my brothers and they realize, like, holy cow, these guys. But you're not going to have any doubt they're my brothers.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No, I'm genuinely, for real,
guys
not lip service, very excited.
Thanks.
Awesome, Jeremy. Thank you so much for coming on. Hopefully, we'll have you on again, maybe towards the start of the season or in the first few weeks.
Anytime, just let me know, guys.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate
Absolutely.
you.
Have a good night.
Finally, too. Like I said,
All right, thanks.
First show I watched.
Thanks, man. I'm honored, man, to hear that. I appreciate that.
Love it. Great.
All right. Take care.
All right, there he is, Jeremy Jets Chaos. Brooklyn Brothers food reviews. I mean, I'm 100%. I saw one or two of them like a couple months ago when he promoted it on. I don't know if it was on with Green Bean or whether it was on Talking Jets, but yeah, guys, go show him some support. Get his view counts up on that. He wants to get that going. Subscribe, all that stuff. And for you guys watching this show live,
into I know, you know what I mean? Like you and I'll be like, oh, I've eaten there.
Oh yeah.
Great.
But guys, while you're here, what I want you to do is hit that like button, because the more you guys hit that like button, the more people will see that we are live. If you are new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button. And I just want to let everybody know that as soon as we get back from our intermission report, we are going to be taking your calls. We want to hear what you guys have to say about what we've been talking about on the show tonight, about what you thought of Jeremy's appearance, which I'm sure will be all positive. And I want to talk some hockey jerseys. When we get back from this, it is the intermission report. We'll be right back.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat.
Okay, so what's our topic there, Chad?
Hold on, wait. Let me change a little background just because we're in our intermission report. There we go. All right, so guys, I'm going into the comments section right now. I want to know what top 5 you guys want to do. You want me and Maddie to do. We'll look at those first, and then of course we will start coming up with this top 5. So let me get my
Scott
notebook
Black.
right
Good
here.
to see you, buddy. One of our Dolphins friends.
Oh, okay. I knew they'd eventually
Scotty,
show up
what's
to
up,
do some
buddy?
trolling.
He said he had to take off, but hey, Scott, thanks for checking in, dude. Good to see you.
All right, guys, come on. We need those top 5s. Any top 5 you can think of. It could be about sports,
Chicks,
cereals. It could be any cereals. It could be movies. It could be television. Give us some top 5s there in the comments section, and we will hopefully be able to pick one out and start coming up with a list here on the intermission report. You guys see any top 5?
Top 5 spoof movies. I like that.
I don't know. Spoof movies. Ooh, that might be good. Spoof movies. I'm writing some of these down. Porn chicks. Look, I could describe, but here's the thing with porn chicks and porn in general.
I don't know many of them by name.
No, well, and back in the 80s and 90s, it was a lot different. It was like they were more famous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you knew their names, you knew the Jenna Jamesons, and you knew those names. Nowadays, it's just a bunch of pardon my French, whores, just flashing their shit all over town. On whatever it is.
Tom Hanks movies. That's going to be a tough one. I actually am a notorious Tom Hanks hater. I cannot stand his movies.
Oh, I could do Tom Hanks movies. I'm not much of a fan of him recently, but throughout the 80s and 90s,
all of my shit would be way early.
Yeah, well, mine would definitely not be in the last 15 to maybe 20
Mine
years.
would not be in the last 30. Don't even get me started.
Guys, you can't start answering. You can't start answering top 5 questions before we come up with the topic officially.
Top 5 football movies. That's a good one.
Top 5 TV shows. Oh, football movies.
Football movies is a good one.
Okay, guys.
All right, it's between. You want to go top 5 TV shows or football movies? What do you want to do?
Let's do one of those. Let's do one of those, guys, in the comments. TV shows or football movies. TV shows or football movies.
What's it gonna be?
Come on, folks. Write it down there in the comment section, and we will get to that. In the meantime, I am going to pop in our link so that after the intermission report, you guys can start calling in and we can discuss a few things. Like I said, we talked about our top 5 hockey jerseys last week's intermission report, but this one's going to be more topical. This one's going to be a little bit more topical. All in the Family. God, Greg, what a great friggin' show. All right, football movies. Well, you're killing me, Mets. Listen, Guys, you are killing me. Just write football movies or TV shows. It's not that hard. Football movies or TV shows. What are you seeing more of, Maddie? It's easier for you to check this shit out.
It's about tied, although I see TV shows from Dano twice. You don't get to fucking stuff the ballot box there, you Democrat. Football movies. Let's go with football movies. Let's just do football movies. We can do TV shows.
All right, we're
next
doing
week.
football movies. Hey, look, I wrote them down, so next week we could go through some of these ones that didn't get picked. So maybe next week we'll do TV shows. Top 5 football movies. I watched one today, and it might be my number 1.
Okay.
And I'm writing it down. No, I'm not telling anybody what it is. Although I have mentioned it before on this show. Just saying. All right, guys, start throwing your suggestions for football movies down in the comments section. I know there's ones like The Replacements.
I got my top
what else
5
do we got
down.
there? Are you kidding me? Well, don't tell me orders, but give me a few.
Right now?
Yeah, don't tell me what your list is. But let's start. Let's start.
Rudy's a classic, even though it's totally not accurate.
Yeah, Rudy is good.
Rudy's a good one. I mean, Rudy's a great one. One of the reasons I love Rudy is like you can sit and watch that with your kids if they've never seen it, and they're like, "Wow, man, that was really cool. I didn't think I was going to enjoy that." Like every kid I've ever watched Rudy with has always been like, "Damn, that was pretty all right."
Oh no, I don't know anybody. I've never watched Rudy with anybody who didn't like it. Because you know what? It's almost like Rudy's almost like the original Rocky, where you can show it to someone who's not a football fan or a boxing fan, and the movie has so much substance that it doesn't have to be about football or boxing in the original Rocky sense. There's just so much substance to the movie. But once again, guys, keep writing it down. This is
Mike and Maddie's top 5.
I've got 3. I need to go down. Whoa,
I can't hear a
Right.
word you're saying.
Some of you guys are putting in soccer movies. This is American football, and I know you know that, and I know you're being wise asses.
Bunch of dicks. God. I have one movie that I will say the last that no one has mentioned as of yet.
No one's mentioned my number 1 yet.
Yeah, I don't know if it's my number 1, but I don't think I have a number 1 on this list though, because I like them all. You know what I mean? Like I genuinely like. Some days I'm in the mood for one. Like if I'm having a bad day or been kicked in the balls all week at work, it's like Rudy's a good time. Let me put that on. But then there's other ones where like I'm gonna start drinking at 9:30 in the morning and I'll watch a different one. So I'm gonna go to my next one, which is
Wait, what do you mean your next one? Do you want to start? Do you want to give your number 5 officially?
I already officially gave you Rudy.
Oh, that's your number 5?
That's my number 5.
Oh,
these
Jesus.
are not in any real order. My only one that I have as a number 1 is just because I'm saving it for last. Like it's too hard to rank these on short notice in the sense of you want to give them a 5 list, and these are probably your top 5, but it's gonna fluctuate on like top 5 football movies. Because some days I don't need wholesome, uplifting shit from Rudy. I want to watch my number 4, which is The Longest Yard, the Adam Sandler movie. Because sometimes I just want to watch fucking nonsensical, happy shit, and it makes me happy.
All right, so I'm gonna say my number 5. My number 5 is gonna be Waterboy.
You're on your own on that one.
That's gonna be
I didn't hate it.
It's
just
not.
didn't love it.
Once again, if we were doing a list of the top 5 Adam Sandler movies, Waterboy might be number 5 or lower.
Oh, I think it'd be
But
lower.
if we're talking about football movies, I do kind of like Waterboy enough to put it on the list. See, the problem here is that a lot of these movies that people are mentioning, like Remember the Titans, I saw one time, and I can't literally sit here and judge it against other movies that I've seen more of.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I get it. Again, the intermission report is just for fun. It's not set in stone. You know, it is what it is.
All right, what's your next? You've given 2?
Yeah, go for 4. Give me your next one.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw a little. I'm going to cheat kind of on this one because there's the movie Friday Night Lights. I saw it once. I saw the movie once back in the day, but I'll tell you what I watched not too long ago: the television show Friday Night Lights, and I'm putting that on my list because that I
have
remember.
Never seen either.
And that, well, I enjoy it. You don't seem like a Melrose Place OC kind of guy, so you'd probably want to watch the movie. Yeah, you'd probably want to watch the movie. The show is more like 90210 Melrose Place, that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Greg not understanding the project unless he's talking about Adam Sandler movies, which I get. That's fine because Happy Gilmore is one of his best easily. Okay, so I got Waterboy and Friday Night Lights, the television show, which once again I admit I'm cheating on that one. Go ahead, Maddie.
Number 3, I'm going with The Replacements.
Okay.
I liked it.
Got to do a little Keanu Reeves.
Well, Keanu, just it's one of those likable movies for me. I just enjoy it. I've watched it probably a dozen times in the last 30 years or how long it's been out. Like it. It's fun. I like the cast. I think the cast is why I like it more than anything. But yeah, good little movie.
I like Nate's comment here. 2020 Jet season going to be top 5 football comedy movies.
Yeah, he ain't lying.
That's good. Okay, my number 3 is Little Giants. I enjoy the movie. Ed O'Neill, I like him in pretty much anything he does. So yeah, Jay Quest had it. I saw a few other people had it.
He's really good in that Clippers show on Hulu, Clipped. He plays Donald Sterling, and he's fantastic.
I've heard mixed things. You told me it was really good, and then literally like the next day, I was listening to something, and they were like, "Oh, that fucking Clippers show is so bad. It's blah, 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 blah." And I was like, "Would Maddie lie to me?"
The thing is, I'm not a Clippers fan, so I don't I don't follow them. So there could be some inaccuracies or whatever else. I'm just watching it for the entertainment value. Lawrence Fishburne's great. Ed O'Neill's great. So I'm getting what I want. It's a good cast, and I'm having a good time with it. Now, if I was a diehard Clippers fan who knew all the ins and outs of that shit, it might be very different. Where I'm like, whoa, that's not what happened, and you get all up in arms about shit. So,
all right. So do you have you've named 3, correct?
Yep, your turn.
I've named 3. So
you did. My turn. Number two. Any Given Sunday.
Nice.
Big fan
Not
of the
on
movie.
my list.
Really enjoyed it. It's Al Pacino. I think Oliver Stone directed it. Long movie, but I will always reference Willie Beeman as the guy who should have came in and saved the Jets. And I really enjoy Any Given Sunday. And again, also a great cast.
The reason Any Given Sunday is not on my list is because it's one of those movies that I spoke about earlier where I saw it once, but haven't seen it enough to compare it to the other movies on my list.
See, I've seen that one a few times.
So my number 2, you mentioned as your number 5, Rudy.
Yeah,
Rudy. It's fucking amazing. And
movie.
Anytime it's on, like there's times where I'll put it on, but if like I'm flipping through channels and Rudy's on, I'm watching till it's over. Like I'll be like, "Sorry, honey, Rudy's on. I've got to finish out Rudy."
Yeah, I'll be busy for an hour. Just do what you do.
An hour. If you catch it too early, I mean that movie.
Depends on what time you come on.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we're down to our number 1s of
Mike and Maddie's top 5.
All right. We each have one more pick, and mine is my number 1. Maddie's apparently in no official order.
I would say this is definitely it's up in my tops, and no one has mentioned it, which I'm happy about. Wildcats with Goldie Hawn, Wesley Snipes.
Okay.
I've seen him mention Wildcats. Nobody's mentioned Wildcats.
No. I was saying no. For a while, nobody had mentioned my number 1.
Okay.
But I have seen it in the comments.
The first Woody Harrelson, Wesley Snipes movie with Goldie Hawn as the high school football coach. Wildcats. Great movie.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, my number 1, I watched earlier today, and I can watch it anytime. It's effing phenomenal. And as a matter of fact, it's on my VHS shelf behind me. Should I grab it? There's only one cure for the Monday blues, and that's Varsity Blues. James Vanderbeek kicking ass all over the place. Listen, Jonathan Moxon is just one man, and he's one man that helps make this movie absolutely incredible. It's look, Maddie, it's cheese. It's 90 as 90s as 90s can be. I'm telling you, it's and I'm pretty sure it's literally they were like, "Ooh, Friday Night Lights was a pretty inspiring story. Let's just redo that." Kind of like
I genuinely thought that James Vanderbeek was in Friday Night Lights.
No, that was Varsity Blues. That's what I'm saying. That's
what I mean. I clearly need to get my shit together.
No, it's so crazy because it's like if you watch Miracle or know the story of Miracle, and then
Right.
D2 the Mighty Ducks was like, "Hey, you know Miracle? Let's just do that again, but instead of Russians, let's just make it Iceland." And it's basically what D2 is. Like every bit of that movie, yeah, is just
Speaking of
Miracle.
the Ducks, they're getting a whole new logo and jersey this year.
Don't talk about it yet. I said we're going to talk about some hockey jerseys as soon as we get out from the intermission
When he
report.
gets on and starts talking about wrestling, I'm getting a drink.
When who talks about wrestling?
Who the hell do you think?
Look, I just what happened?
Sean's gonna come on here.
We went black for a
He's gonna
second there.
Talk about Ultimate Warrior or some other weird dudes rubbing each other down in oil and hitting each other with chairs shit. And that's when I'm gonna bounce real quick and get a drink. I need to freshen my cocktail.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mike. That was Mike and Maddie's top 5 for the week. Next week, maybe we'll be doing top 5 spoof movies, top 5 Tom Hanks movies, or top 5 TV shows. I have
You
them
guys
ready to
gotta
go.
suggest them though.
Yeah, it's up to you guys. Like this is partially your segment. We want to get your info and do it like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, this was the intermission report.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat.
Thank you, Infrared. I saw your comments there, brother. You know I love you. By the way, Bobby, I didn't say hi to you yet.
It's time to bring in all of you guys. And then towards the end of the show, we're going to be doing Midnight Mike Show Theater. If you haven't watched it, Maddie, what are they supposed to have done their homework on over the past week?
Sportsmax, SNL.
SNL skit, Sportsmax. And actually, I see your shirt that's from the skit.
Yeah.
Don't tell
well, it's
anybody.
really funny as I was in the green room and I was like, oh, fuck, I'm supposed to be wearing something else. I had to run and do a quick wardrobe change like I'm a big fucking deal.
Let's bring him in. He's always our first caller. He's a legend. His name is Bobby Midnight. What's up, Bobby?
Hey, looking good in that hat, big guy.
Hi, guys. I want to guess the game behind you.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
What game is it?
It's 2006 Jets at Dolphins Monday night. Week.
Damn.
Was it?
And Bobby is correct. Good job, Bobby.
I looked that up. I had clues because I saw Miami Dolphin number 3.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot his name. I don't care. It doesn't matter. And then that's how I figured it out.
Well, the best was I had a choice of both. I usually try to play Jets victories, if that's a little hint to everybody. Most of the time, the game I'll show you will be a Jets victory. Sometimes I won't. Sometimes I'll throw you for a curveball. But the great thing about this 2006 season is the Jets went 2-0 against the Dolphins, just like they will this year. So it's all in good.
Right,
It all works
agree
out.
with that. Yep. So that was good, I guess. Okay, so you want me to give you my top 5 movies, football movies?
Yeah, man, give them to us.
Okay, the one I liked was Invincible. You ever see that one?
Didn't see it, but I know what it is.
You know what that was, Mike? Invincible.
I know what it is, and I want to say I've seen it.
They
It was
split
the
it
guy
really good
from
on
the
Always
Eagles
Sunny.
field goal kicker.
Oh yeah, duh! It's the New Kids on the Block movie,
Yes.
as they call it. It's Always Sunny.
Do you see the movie at all?
So funny.
No, I have not seen that movie,
Maddie,
but
did
you
you
know
see
what?
the
I heard
movie?
great things about it.
No, I didn't see it.
Well, the reason why I liked it is because this guy named Dennis Franks played for the Eagles, right? And I met him in Florida. 'cause
that's cool.
me and my ex-wife was in a business called Market America, and we were under Joe. So Joe introduced us to him at the hotel in North Carolina at the convention. So he's an Eagle player, right? So guess what jersey I wore, guys?
You were wearing a Giants jersey.
Which one do you take a guess?
Marco Faro.
No.
I was just guessing.
Number 11.
Phil Simms.
Yep. So he was not too impressed with me that night.
No,
Well, I
probably
don't
not.
care. I didn't care.
By the way, what's up, Ricky? Ricky's at work and he's popping in, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, good to
That's
see you, buddy.
loyalty. That's
And
awesome.
the fourth one was Concussion. Remember Concussion?
I have not seen that.
I haven't even
That
heard
was
of that
with
one.
Will Smith.
Oh, fuck Will Smith.
Hey, you pipe down over there.
No, fuck Will Smith. That
You-
cuck.
You be quiet over there. That's my friend.
Look, I'm an old school Will Smith fan, man. When it came to like his old school, like his first record with DJ Jazzy Jeff, and he
Feel
had
like
Yeah.
the,
Fresh Prince
You
today.
didn't like the TV show he was in?
no, I like the Fresh Prince. I like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and I liked his first album with the Nightmare on My Street. I can sing
Yeah.
that whole freaking song with Robert
Yeah.
Englund rapping on it. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
But no, once I lost interest in Will Smith probably about 10, 15 years ago. Same time I probably lost interest in Tom Hanks, but Tom Hanks didn't go bitch slap someone like a little.
Okay, he
Bitch.
was wrong in that. I didn't think that was right either. So do you ever
No, it
watch the
wasn't.
show? Do you ever watch the show Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I loved that show.
Do you remember the episode when Hillary had to do what Carton and remember she was in the middle of the dinner table and every time they made a noise, she had to bark like a dog or something else.
Or was
Remember?
she hypnotized?
Not hypnotized. They told her because
Oh, it was like a
she
bet.
took the car. She took the car and then
Oh yes.
Remember that one? That was real funny. I love that one. Then the third
I'll tell
one
you
was
what, Hillary.
She was
was
hot.
Yes, she
could sit on
was.
my
You know what
face
else she was in
anytime.
that she was super hot in?
What?
Major Pain.
Yeah, I remember that. She could sit on my face anytime. So
Oh, Bobby.
I
It's
like
late.
her.
He's getting saucy.
Well, I get so you never saw my child. We get saucy all the time over there.
Bobby is
No,
responsible for 3% of youth or Pornhub clicks.
Hey, I used to do that way back when. Holy cow! Then the third one is Little Giants.
Once again, folks, we cleared this up. He said it like he did porn. He didn't actually do porn. He used to watch porn. I know the
Yeah,
way he
watch
says it, it's a little confusing.
Yeah, watch porn. So the
Yeah.
third one is Little Giants. I love that movie.
Yeah, Little Giants.
And the Waterboy was the second one, and the first one is Rudy. I love.
Yeah, Rudy is
Hey,
definitely.
do you know
Um,
the guy who played Rudy?
Yeah, Sean.
Yeah,
Astin.
Sean Austin.
He's in the Connors now. He's girlfriend with what's the name though?
I ain't playing that either, Bobby.
Yeah, I ain't watching
You
that
ever
shit.
see
either.
that show?
If
No.
Roseanne ain't there, then I have
Yeah,
no
if
interest.
they're gonna boot Roseanne, then they can fuck her.
Oh, you
off.
like Roseanne?
Oh, I
Yeah.
love Roseanne.
I know, me too. Remember, I love when Darlene told the DJ, "I heard you got caught in class with you playing your instrument." Remember?
I remember. You want to know my favorite moment in Roseanne history?
Yeah, yeah.
My favorite moment in Roseanne history is actually Aunt Becky, who is so underrated on that show.
Yeah.
Was it Aunt Becky? No, that's Aunt Jackie.
Jackie.
Sorry, I was
Jackie,
thinking Full
yeah,
House.
She was a cop
Yeah,
for a
so
little while.
When she,
Yeah.
the episode where Roseanne and her father died,
Yeah.
and she's on the phone trying to tell one of his old friends that he died, and the person clearly can't hear her because they're so old, and she just
Yeah.
ends up. She's like, okay. She's like, I just wanted to tell you that Dad's no longer with us.
Yeah.
No. Dad is not with us anymore. No, he's dead.
Yeah.
Dad is
I-
dead. Dad is dead. And she just starts screaming and then
I
hangs up the phone,
remember.
looks at Roseanne, and she's like, I will not do that again.
Well,
Love
what about
that
the
episode.
grandmother? What about the grandma? Was she hot? Is she funny?
Oh, well, you remember she turned into like a sex craved maniac?
Yeah. No, not that one. The great grandmother I liked.
Oh, the one who was like heavier set.
Yeah, the one
who
that
was like
heavier.
all tough. She
You
was
know
wearing
what show
a
she
hat.
started in before? She was in Batman.
Who was she in Batman?
In the series from.
No, I know. Who was she?
She was Ma Parker.
Oh, okay. Because I sure as hell she wasn't taking up no Julie Newmar fucking
No,
Catwoman.
no, she was Ma Parker. That's how I remember her. That was a funny. She comes with this funniest.
All right,
thing.
I'm going to be right back. Give me about 2 minutes.
I haven't talked about wrestling. Why are you leaving me? Why is he?
No,
leaving?
but we are
Just
not.
get
We
over
are
it.
not talking about wrestling yet. But Bobby, listen, I got some other people in the green
Hey,
room.
on my channel,
Um,
we don't talk about boxing. If they talk about boxing, they get kicked off. I tell you, I can't stand boxing.
You're not excited for this fucking Jake Paul Mike Tyson
No, I
fight?
don't give a crap. No.
Oh man, I'm pumped up
You
for
know,
that.
wait, the reason why, I'll tell you the reason why, and then I'll leave.
Okay.
The reason why is because remember Boom Boom Mancini?
I know the name.
Well, he was fighting this Japanese guy, right? And he was kicking the butt out of him. So he told the referee, won't we stop the fight? And the referee said, no, keep on going. Then he dies at the hospital. So that's why I hate wrestling. I hope the judge, the referee took it to his damn grave. He's a sicko.
I'll tell you what, Bobby, I have to disagree with you on the boxing thing because I grew
Well,
up
that's
watching.
good. That's
I grew up
good.
watching Mike
I like
Tyson,
wrestling.
and I can literally anytime, go to YouTube and put on like Mike Tyson knockout highlights, and I'll watch it for like
Well, he
30
eats
minutes.
ears too. Watch out, he eats ears. He likes to snack on ears.
Oh yeah, he does. That was badass,
Yeah.
right?
That was disgusting.
It was because Holyfield kept headbutting him,
Well,
like
he's-
literally.
You don't bite somebody's freaking ear
When
off.
someone keeps headbutting you, and the referee, I guess Mills Lane was the referee at the time, wasn't calling it or warning
Well, did he kill
Holyfield.
him? Did he kill him? No.
Okay, well, did Mike Tyson kill him? No, he just took a
No.
little nibble.
That's why I don't like wrestling. So that I cry my eyes out.
Boxing.
All right, you be good. I'll talk to you soon.
Bobby, you're a legend.
Happy
Thank you so
Father's Day
much.
to you.
To you too. Happy Father's
Yeah,
Day.
my
I hope.
daughter's
I
gonna
heard.
be taking me out.
I heard you. Did you guys go to Chili's tonight?
No, they decided they wanted to go to a pizza restaurant to get pizza.
Okay.
We went
Are you going to Applebee's tomorrow?
Yeah, Applebee's.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. All
There
right.
you go. Enjoy yourself.
Well, you too. With you going to the beach? Which beach are you going to?
It's a Clinton Town Beach on the Long Island Sound.
You're not going to Jones Beach?
No, I'm not going to Jones Beach.
Oh, really? Okay, well, you have fun.
It's a private beach, less people.
Oh, okay, private beach. Okay, so you have a good night. Nice talking to you. Tell
too, Bobby.
Maddie I say goodbye.
I will. Thank you, Bobby. I appreciate it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, first thing we'll do, bring back in my co-host. And then the perfect person, I think, to talk some hockey jerseys. Let's bring in Johnny Boy. What's up?
Mike, what's going on,
Hey,
Matty?
Johnny.
Hey, I could tell you my
How you
top
doing?
5 jerseys super fast. You ready?
Do it.
New York Rangers, New York Rangers, New York Rangers, New York
Oh.
Rangers, New York Rangers.
That's like the top 5 rappers of all time. Dylon, and Dylon.
Dude, I love the jersey that when the New York Jets had the New York NYR on it with the Statue of Liberty on it, or the old one with just the NY with the little thing with the hockey stick on it. I think I'm confusing it with something else, Ron. I've been drinking today, dude. My bad.
Well, you just
But-
described an Islanders jersey, dude.
Yeah, I didn't mean to do that one. I was thinking something else. Never mind.
Cheers.
But yeah. I appreciate it, man. I gotta go get another beer, but
Yes, you do. You better
Hey.
watch that Islanders shit right out of your mouth, son.
nah, I hate the
Let's-
Islanders, bro.
Let me just see what he's saying here about this Tyson fight. I want to see Tyson destroy that douche knuckle. I just hope they allow it to go full force because TRT is looking good on Mikey. Look, I according to what I'm hearing, it's not going to be like that sham Tyson. Who did he fight? God damn it! Who did he fight recently, like a year or two ago? And it was a complete sham bullshit.
Roy Jones Jr.
Yes, Roy Jones.
Yeah, that's right. That was a joke.
That was a joke. But yeah, look, now that we have you on here, Johnny, I wanted to. Our Minnesota Vikings correspondent, Sean Neutron, was supposed to call in. He got a private link to this show, and I don't know what the hell happened to him, but he's the one who brought this up, who wanted to talk about it, and now he's going to miss out on it. Now, I have no problem if he comes on next week or Tuesday night and wants to talk about it, but when he brought it up to me, I said, yeah, when he brought it up, I said, you know what, that's a great quick topic to talk about, and now we'll start with what Maddie brought up. Everyone makes fun of my Ducks jerseys, and now I do have some supporters in the comments about the Mighty Ducks, but they're bringing back the logo that I love. Now I wish they'd bring back the colors, but this is what we're dealing with, folks. This is going to be what the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim will be wearing this year, and they brought back the old jersey, but with the new colors. What do you think there, Johnny?
I think it's a bootleg version of Jason. So I'm sorry, bro.
Isn't Jason a bootleg version of every hockey goalie that came before him?
I mean, it's a bootleg version of from the Ninja Turtles. And with what's his name used to rock it?
Oh, Casey Jones?
Jason came before Casey Jones.
Yep. Casey Jones, bro.
Jason was around before Casey Jones.
No, but that's who my daughters want me to be for Halloween. They want me to be Casey Jones because they want to be Ninja Turtles.
You should do it. My kids
were totally do it. Have the missus be April O'Neil.
Hey, but I'm gonna tell you guys real quick because I'm about to head back out.
All right.
My top 5 movies, bro. Can I say it real quick?
Hit it.
Yeah.
All right. The Program. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Dude, it's like everybody's on steroids and going nuts. It's awesome, bro. It's what Alabama was going through with Nick Saban in the 09.
Okay.
I hate Alabama. So that's why I say that. Second one, the movie Express. Awesome movie. Okay. Great, right? Next one, Brian's song with about Brian Piccolo. All that. Rudy, that awesome movie. I think that's 4, right?
Yep.
And then the 5th one, I always teeter-totter around it and all that, but it's an awesome one, man. The movie called Greater. Peep it out, watch it. It's awesome. It's a sad movie, but it's an awesome thing. It's about the Arizona Razorbacks. But The End, that is my top favorite. I wanted to come up here, show you guys some love because I appreciate everything.
We're glad you came by, man.
So, Mike, you need to get yourself a Rangers jersey.
Never gonna happen.
We don't want them. we don't want them.
Hey, look what my wife
one
made me wear.
Country club he cannot join. Oh, nice tits.
You're welcome.
Happy birthday, man. And you know what?
Dude, I forgot I had this damn thing on, and I'm walking around the bar, and people are like, "Hey, let me get you a shot." I'm like, and just
how
like,
you
dudes,
fuckers
bro.
Know me, man.
I'm like, dude, but it's dudes, bro. So it felt so awkward. I'm like,
oh, dude, no. Dude,
I'm like, it's your birthday, man. Come on. I'm like, oh shit. I was like, how did you know my birthday?
I think
that dumbass ribbon you got on.
I'll save this story for Tuesday night about how I scammed free booze downtown for about 3 full years by convincing people that I was drafted by the New York Rangers.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely.
That's a Tuesday night story. Remind me.
I appreciate you guys, man. Hey, JETS. We have it feels like it's like 39 days, but it feels like it's 365 right now.
Yeah.
Holy shit. We're gonna rock it. We're gonna rock and roll.
12 more Sundays till football
Let's
season.
go, Michael Myers. Chaos. It was awesome seeing you up here. That dude is funny as shit. That dude makes me laugh every single time. Hey, and you boys are the GOATs, man. The original Midnight Cats.
Love you, brother.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Johnny. Have a good night.
Rusty Spooner, let's all take a minute and just admit we all love that Oilers chick, and we all probably have tried to find out where and who she really is.
No, they found her.
Well, they found her, but we didn't get any Twitter links to follow or anything like that. And Those
but-
chotch balls on the Spittin' Chicklets podcast. Holy fuck, dude. Those guys would be eating alone at a women's prison. They are
Hold
so
on though. You
fucking
said after when we were talking about this the last time about her and her pretty nice, beautiful tits.
I was
And
saying,
then we
why
had the
are you
Florida
dancing
Panthers.
around this?
And then the Florida Panthers chick with her tits. You said you were going to post them. You never did. But if people go to my Twitter at Midnight Mike Show, MIDNITE Mike Show, you can see them. It's in one video back to back.
All you got to do is search "Let's Go Oilers" or "Oilers Girl." You'll find them.
Like, you got to get the shot of both of them.
Oh, it's like the top third one up there. You'll find them. But yeah, she was
All
on
right,
the
well, guess
Spittin'
what?
Chicklets podcast, and God, that was awkward. But I can't stand those guys. They're fucking dickheads.
Sean has joined us finally in the green room.
I feel like
but
Livia
there's
Soprano.
there is someone before him who has been loyal to our show since almost the beginning. We love him.
Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin himself. He goes by the screen name Mets2128.
Hi guys.
Hi, how's it going,
Hi.
Mets?
Fine. I mean, I just finished watching the Yankee Red Sox, which didn't go well.
They were down 3-0 in the first inning.
Well, they lost 8-4.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it is what it is.
Who fucking knew?
Maybe Boston wearing those super ugly blue and yellow uniforms had something to do with it.
Dude, there are some ugly fucking baseball jerseys. I hate the Mets City Connect one. I think that looks fucking retarded.
I think those aren't that bad.
They look like fucking Grimace.
well, they're 4-0 since Grimace threw out the first pitch.
That's
the other day.
true.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't mind the hat. I like the bridge on the hat, but I don't know. I'm not a fan.
Anyway,
whatever.
my top 5 football movies, well, these are a little oddball ones. I mean, for the one I don't like, I like the least that I've sat through at least once, Facing the Giants.
I'm not
Okay.
familiar with that one.
Yeah, I haven't
And
seen that one.
It's one of those overkill hybrid sport and faith-based movies from
Okay.
06.
I'll tell you, if I can pray for 90 minutes while watching a film, that's a good movie. That was a joke from an old SNL
Thank you.
skit.
That's no, that's from the Tom Hanks fucking Jeopardy.
Yeah.
My number 4,
That was a great sketch.
That was.
number 4 would be Remember the Titans.
Hmm.
That thing is a tearjerker at the end. Number 3, Little Giants.
Yep.
My number 2, both the OG and the remake of The Longest Yard. I can't really separate them, so I just lump them together.
That's fair. You can do that with an original and a remake. I don't have a problem with that.
And of course, what a boy! And I got me a wooden spoon.
See, there are so many football movies that I either haven't seen in a
Honorable
while.
mention The Replacements.
Yeah, I gotta write all these down. I gotta go back, replay
Yeah.
this, and watch all these movies.
When you go back, do like a list of movies that like were all mentioned on the show and put it on Twitter.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a
Yeah,
lot,
no, but I mean,
especially in
it'd
the
be fun.
comments.
Well, especially because it'd be fun because then you're like, shit, dude, I've never heard of that. When you watch it, it might be like your next big jam. So
I think
Yeah,
I made him say
absolutely.
himself.
So what side are you on, Matt? You're a hockey fan. What side are you on? What do you think of these Ducks jerseys?
Just give me back the OG colors.
Agreed. Look, I'll take these because the ones where it said Ducks with that stupid like flipper or whatever as the D were ugly as sin. So I'll take these, but I'd much rather them go back to the like aqua blue and purple and white.
It's more of a purplish white and green, or teal or whatever.
gay.
Yeah. Okay, Maddie, I'll do one for you. We brought up the Ducks ones with Johnny Boy, and then we asked Met's opinion. Then I have another one here that we'll highlight with Met's here.
All right.
And then when we get to Sean, I have the one he brought up. How about that?
I know which one he brought up.
So here we go. And once again, I'm fully behind this one too.
All right. Let's see.
The Minnesota Wild are going back to the North Star colors.
I have no
and
problem
this
with that.
Is
I
what
don't
it's going to
mind
look
it.
like.
Well, this
It's
was their
nice to
alternate
see
this
that.
year, wasn't it? Or something to that effect.
I mean, it beats that ugly red.
I like it. It's fine. I mean, I'm very indifferent towards the Wild. But I mean, you might as well honor your original team, the original team's colors. I think that's fine.
I mean, let's face it, the Wild haven't been relevant since they got to the conference finals back in the 03-04 season.
Well, let me say this about these jerseys. I actually like the Wild jerseys. Like before the change of the color, I like the change of color to bring back the history of the North Stars. Yeah, and the color scheme is very much what you would picture in the Minnesota, North Dakota, Wisconsin, like that wooded area. So it works. Yeah, but what I really like about the Wild's jerseys is you'll see there. I love the like the pine trees with the moon and everything like that, because it harkens almost to the like the Timberwolves, you know, like I like when those are or the Bucks, or like a lot of these northern teams that embrace like the trees and the pine trees and things in their logos or alternate logos.
Yeah, no, I don't mind it. I think it looks cool. I think if Maine ever gets a hockey team, like an NHL team, they should do something similar, incorporate the trees, and they should be the Maine Wendigo. Give it like a Pet Cemetery vibe.
The problem is Maine it doesn't have enough people in the entire
I
state.
know it'll never happen, but look,
like if Maine gets a team before Hartford Whale come back, forget that. I'd be so pissed off, because at least Hartford has.
I would argue Quebec should have a team before either.
Yeah, but once again, we talked about the Nordiques logo, and I mean, I know people like it for like the nostalgia.
Yeah, but no, they should rebrand. Well, they were rebranding when they moved to Colorado. They had new jerseys ready to rock and roll, and then they moved to Colorado and became the Avalanche. They were these wolves that you can find pictures of them anywhere online.
What does a Nordique have to do with the wolf?
Well, they were rebranding.
Yeah, they're rebranding. I mean,
everybody out there, by the way, if you are new, hit the subscribe button and the likes. The likes really help out this show and help more people see it, even on the replay. You know, a lot of people will watch this show tomorrow. So get those likes up so more people see it in their timeline. And I'd really appreciate that. We are here every Saturday night at 9 p.m. We go 2 hours, a little more, and it's always a blast. And I really do appreciate all you guys hanging with us. And the season, like Johnny Boy said, 39 days away. And I am pumped for that.
89.
Wait.
Is it? 89. I'm sorry. I'm getting too overzealous is the problem. I'm getting too excited. Nope. But I mean, hey, August, the preseason starts. And like I said to Maddie, he doesn't like the preseason. But for me, the preseason is like how my wife cooks dinner and the whole house smells good. And then she'll bring me a salad before she puts any real food down. And it's not steak, it's not burgers, but it's food. And all you really want is the food. And
I will definitely be watching the Jets preseason this season, like I do every year. So, and this season may give me something to believe in. Maybe I'll really enjoy the preseason this year.
There is nothing.
That's we are coming up. We're coming up, getting ready for Midnight Mike Show Theater. I have Sean waiting for me to talk about one more jersey. So I do appreciate you coming on. I saw you. I saw you did another. What did you do? You did another taste test. Was it the spicy Wendy's wings?
No, it was those blackened chicken strips from Popeyes.
Oh, okay. So you said, hey, did you see Jets Chaos on here earlier? He does a food review show.
No, I haven't seen him.
You guys should maybe do a collab or something.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
If he can fly his ass down here, I'll do it.
Look at this fucking guy acting like he's fucking Gary Cooper over here.
Hey, I am no Brad Jones. I'm no review bra. I am no endorsement. I'm not even that slob Joey of Joey's World Tour. But I'm at least willing to go through and to suffer to go various distances on my bike for my craft.
And that's, hey, man, I appreciate it. I like your taste test videos.
I can still have those roasted pork potato chips in my closet, in my pantry still.
You're keeping chips in your closet.
Oh, did you ever end up eating those? Like fish chips or whatever you got from the Comic-Con?
Seafood ones? Yeah, I finished those this morning.
Were they any good?
Yeah, they were okay.
Did you do a video on those?
Yeah, I did this morning.
Okay, I will check it. I will be checking that out. Awesome. Thank you, Mets. I appreciate you being here.
Peace.
Deuces, gooses.
All right. Now, I'm surprised
Man
it took him this
remains an
long.
enigma.
I can't wait to hear his excuse as to why he's here 15 minutes before the show's supposed to end, and we're supposed to do Midnight Mike Show Theater. But he is one of our correspondents to the Midnight Mike Show. He's our Vikings correspondent, but tonight we're going to talk about something a little different. Let's bring him on. Sean Neutron, how you doing tonight?
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me on. And I do have a pretty decent excuse. I don't think Matt's going to like it, but my buddy ran a local wrestling show and went a little bit longer than I anticipated.
Well, I hope you feel tardy because you are.
It was supposed to, I thought it was going to be done by 9:30, and they just the main event kept dragging on. And I'm like, come on, guys, let's take this.
Somebody who loves something scripted, you'd think you could be on time for shit. I don't know. You're locked up.
But I saw some friends afterwards, you know.
Wait, what time did the show
had some friends that hadn't seen in a while, so.
No, but when I used to go to the indie wrestling shows, I feel like they went past 9 o'clock.
Yeah, this one started at 7. They had an intermission, and then the main event ended right around just before 10 o'clock.
So I'm not being funny. Like with these like indie shows, like how many matches are there? So it's about 3 hours long, intermission. How many actual matches can they squeeze into those?
Well, if you want to run like an efficient show that doesn't burn people out, I would say 5 to 7.
Okay.
This one was about, I think, 5 or 6.
Again, I really don't know, and I'm not fucking with you.
But there are some shows that once they get to like 8 matches, 9 matches, and some get up to like 11 or 12, you're just like, okay, this is exhausting. Like I like wrestling, I'm tired of it.
How realistic? Because I really love the movie The Wrestler. Is that a pretty accurate portrayal of that scene?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, it was. Okay. You know, that's like kind of like the Dark Knight for wrestling movies. You know, it's really gritty. You know, a lot of them aren't. You know, a lot of them are pretty, but that one is a really gritty one.
Really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, but a bunch of my buddies are in that movie.
Oh, really?
Really? That's
cool. Okay, Sean. We brought you. We were talking about what you wanted to talk about when you came on the show. So let's talk about it. Why don't you take the lead on this one?
So a few days ago, fans have been waiting this for a while for the Utah franchise and NHL. What are they going to name them? They're down to 6 names, and they finally announce it. And they say, I think they said it could be temporary, could be permanent. But I'm just like, okay, well, if you're going to announce something, be decisive with it. You know, get it out there and move on. Don't do. We're going to have this for a year, and then in a year we could change it to something else. So they announced that the Utah team is going to be called Utah Hockey Club, at least for 1 season. And
really botched this.
Yeah, there's first of all, there's your basic little name. There's your boring little jerseys. There's a multitude of names you could have chosen. My favorite is the Utah Yeti.
I can't wait to play devil's advocate. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean, mine is Utah Yeti. First, has a ring to it. Second of all, you'd have a great mascot, great branding, great merchandise. Kids would love it. And I think there was also the Venom, the Outlaws, Blizzard, and I think there was one other one I'm missing. But yeah, for those ones, I'm just like, that's what they rolled out. Mammoth, that's it, yeah.
I see. I don't think you do Mammoth because you've already got, again, with Colorado in such close proximity, there's a Colorado Mammoth lacrosse team. The Yeti is already kind of the Avalanche's thing because they had like the shoulder patch with the big snowman foot on it, stuff like that. So I like the Venom or the Blizzard myself.
See, I associate the Blizzard more with the Avalanche.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the
I think it's a little more generic.
More with the Avalanche than the Yeti.
I can see that. I just
plus Yeti.
Cool name.
Yeti, you could have the Yeti sponsorship, and have those what are those Stanley Cups?
Yep.
Actually, those are different.
Yep. The Yeti Cups. You wouldn't have Stanley Cups.
Yeah. You're right.
This is not a Stanley Cup, folks. This is a New York Jets version.
You could have Yeti's version of the Stanley Cup.
But I think they should go with the Venom just because they could do a whole snake thing, and I mean they could have like Spider-Man night where they all wear like black Venom jerseys. That'd be pretty cool. That
would be badass, especially like on like Halloween or something.
Yeah, where it's just like the warm-ups are just fucking black Spider-Man jersey. Shit like that. I feel like if you're gonna brand, do something different where no one can compare you to, especially who, the Avalanche are gonna become one of their biggest rivals because it's less than a day's drive to get there.
But can you imagine a matchup where you've got a Yeti mascot and then the Gritty mascot with the Flyers? Those two just trying to face off. That'd be hilarious.
They're just gonna fuck each other for sure.
No, hold on. So let me play devil's advocate here. First and foremost, they said that this might not be a permanent thing with the Utah Hockey Club. The only reason they're saying that is because Utah Hockey Club is still technically in the running as one of the names. Like they had a lot more names and they've whittled it down to like 5 now or something like that. And Utah Hockey Club just happens to be in there. It's not going to win. I am 100% with Sean on the Yeti. I like the name. I think you, like you said, the branding would be great. The color scheme. I love the color scheme of these jerseys. And if you have, like a cool Yeti logo on the front there, I think that it would be really cool. But in the meantime, Utah Hockey Club, it takes time to, and you don't want to fuck it up. Okay. So they want people in Utah to vote. They want to make sure they get this vote right, because obviously these are going to be the people buying the merchandise and the jerseys and all that stuff. So for one season to be the Utah Hockey Club, and then maybe when the voting ends somewhere mid-season, then they have the opportunity to have a pull out an alternate or something and bring it out, or the mascot or something like that towards the end of this season. And then in the next season, these become collector jerseys. So if you're a Yeti fan,
what I'll say about that is, if they're going to take a year as the Utah Hockey Club with those generic ass jerseys, next season by the draft, they not only had better have a name and be settled on it and ready to rock and roll, but it had better look damn good.
Yeah.
They cannot afford to be like, we had a year to come up with some shit.
And it's terrible.
Here you go. And you're just like, what the fuck is this?
For me, it's just a matter of just coming out strong from the gate, and being decisive right away instead of this 1 foot in, 1 foot out kind of thing.
Well, let's remember too, this is the Phoenix Coyotes that just moved here. They're not good.
No.
So, you know what I mean? They're not going to put a winning product on the ice straight away. So
how's it going to, you guys are obviously more familiar with hockey than I am in general. When the Vegas Knights came out and they were really good right away, how is that process going to work for the Utah team?
Well, that's the Knights were an expansion.
Yeah, the Knights were an expansion.
Whereas the Coyotes are there. I mean, I'm just going to keep calling them the Coyotes. They just moved. So basically, it's literally like if you brought your family and moved them to another city.
Okay, so the same roster. They don't do anything different. Okay,
nothing change. Upper management may change. They may make some moves. They may do some things like, okay, we're cutting these guys. We're going to blow it up and build it. Whatever. That might change, but really, they're not picking anybody from another team or anything else. They should have a pretty high first round pick. I'm not sure what the draft order is. I could look it up.
That's again.
But that's the thing.
I feel like they've got to have a top 10 pick.
Oh, they're absolutely in the top 10. I think they're in the top 5, to be honest with you. But I
feel like you can't let that, like a franchise that just moved, you have to find a way to get them a good pick at least.
Well, that's the thing, is a good franchise doesn't move. The only exception would be actually the Quebec Nordiques, who won the President's Trophy and then moved to Denver the next season. But Conspiracy Matt has a whole fucking theory on that we could get into another time. But that said, good teams don't move. Mm-hmm. Good teams sell tickets. And Phoenix, not a good team. So that's why, you got to hope that the newness of it carries you through the season. You have to bang out an amazing brand and jersey and good draft pick this year and next, because next year they're going to have a top 10 pick. I promise you.
And what's their coaching situation looking like?
I don't know who their coaches are. I don't know what they've done with their coaches. To be honest with you, honestly, I've been so busy these last couple of weeks. My knee is still fucked up from my fall. I've been at the getting x-rays and shit. They're talking about an MRI. So I just haven't had the time to devote to really paying attention to shit. But, the thing is there's so much they've got to do. But right now they have to hype their team and sell their team as a gimmick more than anything. And whether they like it or not, that arena is going to get taken over by opposing fans like crazy. And that's fine if it puts asses in seats. When the Rangers are in town, I mean, my brother and I are talking about road tripping out there to go to the Rangers game. When the Devils are in town, you're going to have Devils fans coming in. When the Flyers are in town, you're going to have them coming in because it's not going to be too hard to get tickets, and it's going to be cool to go check out a new arena and do all of that. But what they better do if they're smart is be ready by the end of this season to have drafted well this year, be ready to draft well next year, have a kick-ass fucking jersey and brand, and sell it. Be like, look, we know shit sucks. They're basically going to have to give the President Camacho speech from Idiocracy. He's like, I know shit's fucked up, but we're moving forward.
Yeah.
So,
But
and that's
hold on.
what they got to do.
One thing though is that I think expansion teams also have that new car smell.
Yeah.
So they're going to be they're most likely going to be playing where the Jazz play, and then so you're going to have a built-in fan base that's excited about this new car that they're getting.
Right.
And
this
so
is not an expansion team. Let's not forget that.
It doesn't matter. It is for the people of Utah and the fans that
The
will
excitement,
support
yeah.
this
Team, but
team.
it's not an expansion team.
It doesn't matter. If they came in as the Coyotes, obviously people in Utah might be like, man, but the new colors, new name that's coming, and all that stuff.
But people in Utah who have been following hockey know they're getting a shitty team. There are hockey fans in Utah.
But they also know they're getting a good draft pick this year, most likely a good draft pick next year. And
I'm just saying the outlook is different from an expansion team versus a moved bad team. I think it's important to know.
I agree with that, and honestly, I do feel bad for the Coyotes fans. I never was hot on that Southwestern style Coyote jersey,
No.
but when they came out with those whiteout jerseys with the Howling Coyote,
Yeah, those
and
were
like
cool.
that looked cool, and everyone in
honestly,
the
I like
arena was
most of
wearing
their
white.
jerseys.
Yeah, I just didn't like that whole Southwest motif kind of one they
No,
did.
but
It was
they did the
too
best
much.
they could. But to be honest with you, I feel bad for most sports teams when they move because they had at least like 6,000 real diehard fans.
Yeah,
that really gave a shit. They basically got left out in the cold. And then
Seattle's still not reeling. They're still reeling from losing the Sonics. So I mean,
I still can't understand how they have a hockey team and the Sonics haven't been brought back. That's fucking ridiculous.
Exactly.
And I hate Seattle and everything about it, but it's going to be interesting. Like I say, I kind of pride myself on being the resident hockey guy around here, especially in Denver. But it's going to be interesting. I think I will be watching a fair amount of Utah games just to see what's up. But if management fucks this up, they're just going to move again. I mean, remember, this team was the Winnipeg Jets. Then they were the Coyotes. Now they're the Utah team. I mean, what are they going to be, the fucking Sacramento Seahawks soon? If they're not careful, they could be.
But
Now,
if there's
guys,
one fan base, I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say real quick. I showed you the jerseys. I showed everybody the jerseys, but I also have their. It seems like a lot of logos, and I want to know what you guys think of them. So here they are. Let me know your thoughts there.
Jesus.
Okay, bottom left immediately eliminated.
You mean just the name across?
Is that supposed to be a logo or is that? Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
or is it just?
I think those two bottom ones are literally just saying, okay, it's Utah Hockey Club, and then the colors are rock black, salt white, and mountain blue.
Oh, there's my blonde moment for the day, guys. So
yeah, then you have your 4 in the middle, and actually that blue one with the state of Utah.
I like that one. I
don't mind that.
Like rep Utah. Let's be honest, dude. Utah never gets any love from anything. The only thing anybody thinks about when they think about Utah is Mormons, and well,
that's why I wanted them to be called the Sister Wives.
I was hoping for the Utah polygamy, but
yeah, dude,
we're such assholes, dude.
Why is that? That's what Utah is known for. Why is that insulting?
No, well, it's like changing the Devils to the Guidos.
I'd be okay with that.
Well, that's because you're a terribly racist person.
I kind of would like the Utah one you mentioned, but also if they made like little stripes around the hockey club part at the bottom, make it a little more pop out a little bit more.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, kind of like a combination.
I have to say though, the one with the state is definitely my favorite, and I kind of hope they come out with an alternate jersey that kind of is Utah centric. If nothing else, though, that Utah Hockey Club one that we both like should be the shoulder patch.
Yes, I was thinking you get a really nice
Yeah, put
Yeti
it
right
up
here,
right
like
up
a
here.
cool thing. Yeah, and then absolutely, and then that keeps. You can even keep it saying Utah Hockey Club.
Or
You know,
yeah,
even
I mean,
once
just
you
put
become
that
a Yeti,
exact design up there is fine.
yeah, as like
I kind of
homage
feel like I'm
to-
gonna sort of root for Utah this year.
now we're all fans.
Yeah, we're like the fucking we're like the booster club for fucking Utah hockey. But
Well,
I mean,
Sean
they're gonna
likes teams
stink.
from all over the fucking place, so
Yeah,
maybe
fucking.
I'm gonna call myself Sean. I'm gonna call myself Shawnee Utah.
I'm gonna call yourself
There
Shawnee
you go.
Potpourri. But no, that's cool though. Like I said though, I mean, that's the thing. Jumping on a team that stunk it up last year is okay. That's not bandwagon to me. It's like when people are like, "Oh, you're a Jets fan, huh?" Yeah, nobody fucking bandwagons the Jets. Okay, nobody's like, "Man, I really want a
Till
team
this
that
year.
looked like a bunch of fucking dickheads since 1970."
But if there's one fan base that deserves a franchise at some point again, it would be the St. Louis football fans, because man, they show up for those UFL games. They pack that stadium.
Yeah, dude. There was an article on that I read at work a couple days ago, and they were like, "This team, they love
40,000 for XFL UFL games, and it's just absolutely impressive.
Yeah, maybe they just bring in the Battlehawks into the NFL.
No, what they should do, honestly, Jacksonville can't get that crap right over there. You know, they make all sorts of terrible decisions. You just signed Trevor Lawrence to $55 million a year for what? For what did he do last year? Take Jacksonville and just put him in St. Louis.
Yeah,
I got no problem with that, actually. I feel like Florida only needs one fucking football team anyway.
And Jacksonville is just not.
Yeah,
that's not
meanwhile,
it for
they're running
football.
free.
I mean, the stadium I think has like rats and all sorts of sanitation issues. So.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I mean, like I said, I maintain that Florida should only have one football team. It should be the Dolphags, but you're not moving the fucking Bucks. It is what it is.
At least the Bucks have 2 Super Bowls to show for it. So
yeah, that's true.
Well, not only that, but the Bucks also have a pretty kick-ass fucking stadium.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I've never been, but I've seen
And
like every time I watch a Bucks game, I'm like, dude, I would be having a good fucking time in that. I would be asked to leave that stadium at some point.
See I saw a video. I think it was Instagram, but it showed all the ideas they had for the logo and the helmets. And this guy had like 40 helmets of like all the prototypes and everything. And it was really cool to see. Like some were so ugly, but it was really neat to see.
Oh yeah, Helmet History, by the way, is an awesome follow on Twitter, man. They like I was sitting there because I'm trying to get all the Jets minis, and
I like Helmet Addict on Twitter.
Maybe that's the same one I'm looking at. I think that's
he's awesome, dude.
And but like I forgot about like that one green Jets helmet they wore in '93 and the one green one they wore in '94 that are 2 different helmets.
Oh,
and I was like,
I love those.
Shit, dude. I forgot all about them, and I was like looking them up on eBay, and it's like a guy does custom ones, and they're like $51 each, and I'm going, how do I order this without my wife finding out?
I just ordered another one of those really small ones again, but this time I did it for my college, Shepherd University.
I can't, dude. Those look nice, but $65 for a mini helmet is just too fucking much.
Yeah,
I mean, I get that it's probably legit his cost too. I'm not saying he's gouging anybody, but I think it's what it goes with for all the guys who do those, because I think they do them with like 3D printers and and they look great. I just if I'm gonna pay that much, I better have at least a mini helmet.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Sean, we got to get to Midnight Mike Show Theater. Thank you for coming on. That
Thank
was
you,
awesome.
guys.
Yeah.
Oh, did I forget? Did we talk about the question your ass sent me the other day?
Was that the golf one? Golf and wrestling?
Did we talk about that yet?
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
I can't remember. I drink too much.
No worries. You're old. It's okay.
Sean,
you say I'm old? Fuck you, dude.
I'm old too, so it's fine.
I thought it was just by the way you said it. He was like, "You're old," and I was like,
"Yeah, I deserve that.
You gotta hurt
I deserve that."
Sean, good to see you, brother. I'll talk to you.
Good to see you guys. Thank you.
Awesome, ladies and gentlemen. That is Sean Neutron. Dude, I love having him on.
In common with that fucking guy, and I just love him.
Yeah, man. And the great thing is that like he is our Minnesota Viking guy. And if there's anybody out there who supports another team and wants to be our correspondent for that team, please get in touch with me at Midnight Mike Show at gmail.com. That's spelled MIDNITE Mike Show at gmail.com. Also, if you want the stickers, just email me, folks. You got the 2 Midnight Mike Show logos, and I'll send them out to you.
Send
But real quick, I realized I did not bring up the Midnight Mike Show Theater on my background here. What am I'm searching SNL. Hold on. Sportsmax. There you go. I'll get that up, and then we'll get to Midnight Mike Show Theater. I would love to get to some comments too, but we are getting late here. You know what I like? I love the fact that Jets. Hold on. Hold on 1 second, folks.
By the way, well, I'll do it while he's doing this. Guys, I've seen a lot of new names in here. Clancy, Nate, Nate, I know you. Dane, I know you. A lot of you guys. But I just want to say Rusty Spooner, flipping through these. Infrared, you know I love you, bud, always. Jets Worldwide, good to see you. Guys, we appreciate you guys coming out. And please, there's only 2 of us fucking around on this, and I'm trying, I got to pay attention to the guests or they'll think I'm being rude, so I can't monitor the comments the way I kind of want to. But, it's great to see you guys out here. I hope you guys are having as much fun as we are. Like I say, for next Saturday, please think about what you would want to fucking throw down for the intermission report, because that, like I say, we want that to be a purely viewer-driven feature. That's what we really want. We can come up with shit all week. I fuck around at work because, I'm on the dime anyway. But, when you guys come up with some real rando shit, and let's look, both of us are married. We don't want to talk about porn.
No, to be honest, Maddie, I would have the time to come up with something every week.
Oh,
but it's
100%,
more
so
fun.
But that's
it's more fun to have the audience do it. Absolutely. That's one of the greatest parts about it.
Both married, and my wife doesn't watch the show, but I'd really rather her not watch it later one day when she's bored and be like, I'm going to support my husband. He's like, oh, really, motherfucker? So, let's try to get shit that's not going to end us up in divorce court. Ocho, what's up, dude?
What?
Because
Ocho's
I'm relaxing.
here?
Yeah, he's in here talking shit about the guy on the right, that handsome son of a bitch.
Well, I'll tell you what, actually, I just talked about this, about how I want to have correspondence. Ocho is supposed to be our Pittsburgh Steelers correspondent.
Right.
Yeah, and then he called in the early days of our show. He would call in. We'd do some 80s trivia with Maddie. We'd talk about football and things like that. And then he just disappeared. And it's hard to get in touch with the guy. And it's like, I want him. I actually, how I had Sean's background all prepared. Right. So he would come in and he would say his name and the Vikings logo. I have that shit all prepared for Ocho, and he just never showed up. So it's like, but once again, we'll hold Steelers for Ocho if he ever decides to call. But any
Ocho
of you guys,
the biggest arms I've ever seen. That dude lifts weights. I guarantee you, he can bench press my car.
Oh yeah,
that dude is a unit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming down towards the end of the show, but we will get to a few more of your comments after this. But we haven't done it for a little while.
Said the jet didn't clear.
We haven't done this in a while. It's time to bring it back. It's time for Midnight Mike Show Theater.
Hello and welcome to Movie Phone.
And now, our feature presentation.
All right, Maddie, explain to our audience what Midnight Mike Show Theater is.
Well, Midnight Mike Show Theater is, we will just find some, usually Jets hopefully related clip, usually football related, sometimes just rando crazy shit, depending on what we're doing. Yes, Rusty, the Oilers did clap the Panthers' cheeks tonight. And what we'll do is we'll put it out on Tuesday night or the week before to get everybody to watch it. We'll talk about it, have a good time. One of the first ones we did was the one of the Browns, that silly ass video of theirs, and it's fun to bring some other media into this, especially in the off season. There's so much downtime, so we like to bring in something that'll make you laugh or amuse you, because again, if you're watching YouTube on a Saturday night, you're here to be entertained.
Now, I'm debating almost playing this. It's only 3.5 minutes. So I'm debating playing it for like a little while, cutting it, we'll talk about it, and then playing it a little more just so that people get the idea who have not watched it yet. You'll only be copyright people. You'll see it on, and you'll hear the volume. But, I can't just bring it up on the screen too much because I don't want to take any risks on not being monetized.
And then kind of cut it here and there.
Yeah, let's see how it works. So this is an SNL skit, and spoiler alert, next week, For Midnight Mike Show Theater, we're going to keep in the same vein. It's going to be a Jets SNL skit.
Oh, I know which one you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's
Can't
fucking
wait.
funny. But here we go. Let's do it. You'll hear it. Here we go.
News. Millions of real Americans are switching from Fox News to Newsmax because Newsmax tells them the truth that Donald Trump could still win this election. And because of our recent success, we're launching SportsMax. SportsMax is a network for real Jets fans, giving you the truth about America's favorite football team.
Now, a lot of
Now, when did this come out, Maddie? Was this during the 2016 election or 2020?
I think this was like 2020, 2021-ish.
See, I feel like. Oh no, you're right. Wait, because look at the logo behind him.
Yeah,
yeah.
And, it was one of those. I feel like it was almost during COVID, but it was when everybody's this election's rigged. This does not. They did when SNL still is god awful, fucking not funny political.
But I will say this though.
They hit some home runs.
Did you see the Beavis and Butthead skit?
That shit was fucking retarded.
Dude,
funny.
Not only was that so funny, but everyone picked up on it that clearly the girl who was playing the host.
Oh, Heidi Gardner, who I've met. I have a picture with her.
It never saw the.
No, she was not prepped at all.
She was not prepared for when she turned around.
Died, dude. It was so funny. She's actually married to the guy who's writing Amazing Spider-Man right now.
Okay.
That's how I met her was at the thing. But yeah, dude, that Beavis and Butthead sketch. Like that's the thing about Saturday Night Live. It sucks most of the time, but every once in a while they will just crank one out of the park.
All right, let's keep going with this. This is SportsMax, the sports channel for Jets fans.
mainstream sports networks like ESPN are saying that the Jets have not won a single game this year, that they're 0-12.
Which is very interesting because the truth is the Jets have already won 11 games this season.
Sure. Yeah, take us through that.
Yeah, no problem. My pleasure. Now, the experts tell you that the Jets lost to the Bills 18-10 back in October. Sounds like a done deal, right? No, and not so fast. Let's take a closer look at the numbers. If we dig in here, we'll see that after the first quarter, the Jets were winning the game 3-0. But then something very suspicious happened, right? Okay, the Bills start getting all these points out of God knows where. Either the Jets won 3-0 or this whole game was rigged.
Rigged.
Finally, a network that understands that real fans don't give up on
the picture of Mark Sanchez with the Super Bowl trophy.
Oh, dude, and yeah, it's just fucking hilarious, dude. Like, I mean, and that's the thing is like, the way the news is, it's just so fucking dumb and skewed that they could spoof it in a sports way where you're just like literally, like. And I said when people were bitching about, in the election, not my president, and I was like, I'm gonna just be like, not my Super Bowl champs.
Well, the funny thing is that I like how they're clearly mocking, which is ironic. They're mocking the right for fake news, but no one is more obvious with their fake news than the left. Now there's fake bullshit and skewed shit on both sides.
Both sides, yeah. Like, I mean, no one is innocent here.
Yeah, exactly. But I like what they're doing with this because they're taking the idea of all these like CNNs and all these, news networks that put out stories that with the simplest of research you can find is complete bullshit.
Yeah.
And they're spoofing it into sports. And of course they're using our New York Jets.
Well, why the fuck wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. We're such an easy target.
Let's go.
Team, no matter what.
Tom Brady with the Jets.
I saw that. That was fucking ridiculous.
DeLuca and Del Vecchio.
Now, it's being reported that on November 29th, the Jets lost to the Dolphins 20-3.
Lost? Says who?
Well, I mean, that's how they scored it.
I love that he's just mowing through some fucking chili cheese fries.
The NFL.
Oh,
the NFL!
By the way, Maddie, your shirt.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's.
Is the shirt that the gentleman there?
When I saw this, I was like, I have to get one of these. And the funny thing is, I'll wear it around because, like I say, I live in Denver. People who haven't seen this will come and be like, "The fuck, dude? The Jets didn't win those Super Bowls." And I'm like, "Yes, my fucking Philadelphia."
Yeah, thanks.
You
I think
don't get the joke.
we're all aware of the last time we won a Super Bowl.
I've actually turned a few people.
It was around the time the
sketch.
Dolphins won their last playoff game.
I've turned a few people onto the sketch, and I ran into them later. They're like, "Dude, that's fucking hilarious."
All right, let's keep going.
listen. I have in my hand right here sworn affidavits from 500 Jets fans who swear they witnessed the Jets win.
I love that Pete Davidson is just chowing down.
Oh yeah,
Just,
that's
I mean, he's really eating these fucking fries. Like, I feel like they brought them in for this sketch.
well, and most people know obviously that when you're eating, whether it's a television show or whatever, you're eating and then spitting it out when you have your, when they
He
cut a
is
tape.
not. He is
You
fucking
can't do that here.
blessed,
Yeah.
dude. He's live.
All right, let's keep going.
Million Jets fans out there. 8 million. They have nothing to gain by lying about this.
So wait, hold on. You're gonna tell me 8 million hard-working fans that the Jets didn't actually beat the Dolphins 90-0?
I would never do that.
Yeah, because you're smart. Hey, you gonna eat this?
No, you can have that one.
All right,
All right, let's look at this logically, okay?
Okay.
Only a really bad team would only score 3 points in a football game.
Which, by the way, in the Zach Wilson era, 3 points in a game is like, that's pretty decent.
That was
With
the
Zach-
over-under on a lot of betting sites for the Jets. Will
Yeah.
they even get 3?
Yeah, who knows?
The Jets are the greatest team ever. So something's not adding up here.
You see, the whole house of cards collapses.
Long story short, the Jets are going to the Super Bowl. That's a promise.
Place your bets now, people.
SportsMax does football your way. All our rebroadcast games are guaranteed to end in a Jets.
If people can't see that, they're holding them up and it says Jets Dynasty, and obviously that's the
All our
three-peat.
Jets games are guaranteed to end in a victory. I'm like, how much is that for a yearly subscription? I'm in.
Win. And
Live.
players on our network never kneel for the national anthem. We've made sure of that. And on game day, be sure to check in with our team at WeatherMax.
Guys, the weather couldn't be better here at MetLife Stadium. Sunny and 68. A beautiful day for some Jets football.
And tune in this Sunday for our SportsMax special crossover event, the New York Knicks, 100 years of nothing but greatness, with self-appointed Knicks historians Rico and Chicky Sticks.
Now, a lot of people say Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time, or maybe LeBron James. But if you look at a random sample, say of the 4 days in 2012, it's clearly
Jeremy Lin.
I actually have a Knicks Linsanity t-shirt still.
What?
I have a Knicks Linsanity t-shirt.
Oh man, he was just for, like they said, I know it was more than 4
For like
days, but
10 days.
Dude.
That shit was amazing.
let's finish. There's like 20 seconds left.
That's why he's the new face of Space Jam by Smuckers. The insanity never stops.
SportsMax. This is gonna work.
There it is, folks. Definitely funny. Maddie, I appreciate you bringing that up, but I want to point out that it's actually right there. If I go back, you look up Jets fans. This is for next week, folks. Jets fans SNL, and it has that gross. What is her name?
Oh, Amy Schumer.
Amy Schumer. Now, I don't like Amy Schumer as much as all of you.
Schumer's so fat her blood type's ragu.
Or pudding.
Amy's so fat she fell in love and broke it.
Okay, so next week for Midnight Mike Show Theater, folks, we're going to be doing we're going to follow in this tradition of SNL spoofing the Jets, and we're going to just look up Jets fans SNL, and you'll see a picture of what's her name again?
Amy Schumer.
Amy Schumer, with that somewhat attractive young lady there. I don't know her name.
I can't see it. Hold up.
I don't want to spoil it. We'll talk about it next week.
47 years old, man. I can't see that in the background. Who's the girl you're talking about?
I don't know. She's one of the cast members. She looks like she might be a little like Latina.
Dark hair? That's Cecily Strong.
Yes.
I think.
Okay. Yeah, I think
She's
that's her
great.
name.
She's so funny.
Yeah, I've seen her in a few skits, and they're
It
definitely.
sucks, though. She left the show, and all she's done is like 3 Verizon commercials.
Oh, she's not even with the show anymore.
No, she left a little while ago, and it was a shame because she was really funny because she did great on Weekend Update. She used to be like
folks,
lady you wouldn't want to have a conversation with and shit like that.
I will try to get to some of your comments before we head out, but this was Midnight Mike Show Theater, and I really do hope that you guys enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed doing it. And as you can tell, we're getting past we're well past the 2-hour mark, which is why my throat is so friggin' dry that I can't even handle doing anything anymore. I'm starting to sound like Jeremy's Jewish grandmother. Oh my goodness.
I can't wait to watch this show tomorrow. I'm totally doing that in the morning.
Yeah, folks, earlier today we had Jeremy from Jets Chaos on the show in our continuing I guess guest appearances of other Jets content creators that we have on our Saturday night show. So Jeremy joins Nick Shine, he joins Green Bean, he joins Ian from Jets Central, he joins Gunny.
We're like out of Jets content creators to bring on.
We are not even close. I have been talking to Jake Asman. He is going to end up coming on the show. Probably not like next week or anything, but we're working something out where it'll work out for both of our schedules. So Jake Asman will be coming up on the show, and I have sent an email just recently out to Matt O'Leary and Ryan from Jets Talk 24/7. So yeah, we have some weeks coming up. I still want to do a celebration of the Buffalo Bills and their Super Bowl championships.
We did that one on theater.
No. That was when we were talking. We did the alternate history.
That was great.
Buffalo
Bills. If you
Bills.
haven't seen that one, it's hilarious.
I'm gonna pop into the comments. I'm gonna go to hopefully some of the newer comments, folks. I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes when you get this much this later in the show, look. Yes, Ocho is here. It is nice having you, buddy. Thank you for being here. She was with Matt O'Brien. I don't even know what that means.
Ocho, I wish you'd call in, man. We love you. I think you're fucking great.
Thank you, Dano. I appreciate you being here, man. I did pop into your show for a little bit last night. I was checking it out, but I had actually yesterday was so effing busy.
That's been my whole week, man.
I'll give motocross results. Talk about that's like me being like, yeah, I'm gonna give luging results. Like nobody watches that. No offense, Ocho. Give the local bobsledding results. But yeah, Rusty Spooner's in here. Infrared is in here. Mike and Maddie, did you guys change Bobby's bingo board from the start to the jet symbol yet? I have not. I did update the Bobby bingo card. I don't know if you guys saw the updated Bobby
most popular thing.
Yeah, Bobby bingo. I mean, it is what it is, but I did update the Bobby bingo card, and now it looks like that where I added in Glen Oaks and I added in I don't like to type. So I don't think Bobby Bingo would work better on our Tuesday night show when we have more guest call-ins and people come in for a longer amount of time. Saturday night shows we've tried to very much streamline, and I appreciate you guys in the comments sticking around, hitting that like button, subscribing, all that stuff. That's fucking
we're
awesome.
Gonna have to just admit that the Saturday show is going to be 2.5 hours. It always goes over. We might as well just plan for it. And
no,
I don't mind it. I love it. I have a great time.
No,
Saturday,
see, Maddie, you got to understand how YouTube works. We say 2 hours, and then when they get 2 hours and 17 minutes, which is what we're at right now, we go, hey guys, look how much we love you. We did 17 minutes of extra content because you guys are so fucking awesome.
Oh, okay.
Smash those like buttons.
Yeah, I don't get paid overtime. I just get a flat rate for 2 hours. So
Ocho didn't even get his check.
Well, apparently he got it, just didn't clear.
Hook up with Tyson and or PT from Let's Talk Jets. There you go.
I actually have a Let's Talk Jets t-shirt that I bought from those guys.
Oh, that's awesome. Stay fly, of course, Infrared. That's what we do around here. Mike and Maddie, did you guys talk to Long Beach Joe Jets?
I've never heard of that guy.
Yeah, he is a good guy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check him out.
I'm gonna have to go do a little research. Hopefully, if he's cool, that'd be sweet.
Would like you two on a formal capacity before week 1 as guests, individually or separate open invite. Dano, we said this before. Yeah, like it's like with Bobby's show, not necessarily your show, but like Bobby's show, and there's other people. We've called into shows before, but like me and Maddie, like we have so much going on, not just with the Jets stuff, but like both of us have a bunch of kids. There's always this stuff going on. If anybody wants us on their show, we'll give us a time, have us on as a guest, and we'll be there. But
very important.
Yeah, because and every now and then, I'm not saying I wouldn't call into anybody's like Bobby's show or something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's few and far between because like if I have that time, I want to get on, I want to say my piece, and then I can let you continue your show. So Dano, if you want us to come on, you give me a time and a place, I'll be there. And as obviously as long as it's doable, I obviously like for instance, tomorrow's Father's Day. Again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. But I wouldn't be available tomorrow, because there's going to be that kind
we
of
got
stuff
stuff
going
to
on.
do with the kids and stuff. And again, it's not that we don't want to. It's just, life is crazy, man. I mean, shit, dude. I haven't talked to my sister in person in over a year almost. Like, not at a family get together. We talk online and shit, and it's like comments, but like it's just, and anybody who's a grown up understands it. It is what it is. Clancy, good man, dude. Talk Jets Radio is a great show. But yeah, so it's just everybody's so busy, and I mean, like you guys got to understand too. For us to do this show, both of us are sacrificing, and again, not sacrificing like it's so bad. We're happy to do it. We really enjoy it. But Tuesday nights is easy. You're not doing shit on Tuesday, but Saturday nights, it's like.
Well, no, but Nate, I hope you're fucking around here. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's not even about that. It's that the reason me and Maddie are your late night New York Jets show is because this is when we can actually have time to call in.
Yeah, it works.
Like I literally listen to Jake Asman, both shows usually every day, every weekday, but I can't call in because I'm physically working at that time. So like I called in one time to Bobby's show, but I had to run outside at my job and during my lunch break and call in, and then I had to get off. So it's not that I don't want to call into all these shows. It's that me and Maddie are available late at night.
Yeah.
So
I work day shift in the prison. And speaking of, all right, fuck it. Do you guys want a fun prison story? It's real quick. So literally today, getting off of work. And the way a prison works is if shit goes down, they can stop you and be like, you can't leave. We have to deal with this situation. And we had an offender go up to the 3rd tier right as I walked out the last gate and jump off.
Whew.
And I mean, it just looked like a box collapsing on itself. But guess whose ass was just across that Headless Horseman bridge and got to go home? So, and that's part of the problem is if shit pops off, I am stuck. Like if I had literally been inside there today, I wouldn't have got out of here until about an hour, or got out of there until about an hour before the show started.
And Dano and Nate, you guys are like some of our
Yeah.
most loyal
We love you guys.
friends of the show. So we really appreciate you guys being here. And like I said, the reason we're the late night shows, because when I started this show, honestly, when I decided to start going live, I was looking around for shows that were running this late, and it was nobody. And then Dano showed up on Friday, and then Nick bumped his shows, up again, and this person, and all you fucking people. No, I'm just kidding. But no, when I originally started, there was nobody really going that late. So I don't mind, obviously, Dano does Friday and Nick does, I think Thursday and Wednesday, and I don't mind all that. That's awesome. The more content, the better, but we just don't want to run against people. We don't want to go, it's stupid with how many Jets content creators
And
there are out
Bobby
there.
is just on whenever the fuck he feels like it.
Well, yeah, Bobby's on whenever Jake's not. So,
basically, yeah.
But yeah, no, it's honestly with all of us out here, there's enough for all of us if we don't step on each other, and that's how I look at it. So it is what it is, and I know you're teasing, Nate. You were fucking awesome. You're a channel
Nate, we
member.
love you, dude. Trust me. Like, you're one of our favorites because your comments are always fire.
I didn't talk about your mother. I talked about Jeremy's mother, but it was only because I started to sound like her. It is what it is. All right, Maddie. We're at 2 hours, 23 minutes. I think we could call it a night on this show. I had a great time.
So, guys, like I say, follow us on Twitter, hit us up, talk some shit. Like I say, I really enjoy the interaction with you guys. So feel free to bullshit around and talk to us offline, And again, we love all the Jets content creators. Just, we got families, dude. And, we have. It is, as the Bard has said before me, the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but we got promises to keep. So if we don't get to you, don't think we don't love you. That said, I love your eyes. I love your thighs. And I am going to go and finish watching the last episode of The Sopranos Season 2 because I'm doing a rewatch on that. But we will see you Tuesday night.
I think you need to watch Varsity Blues.
I'm starting to think I should check that out now because I never watched Varsity Blues. I never watched Friday Night Lights. Like, apparently I need to get my shit together.
Just be prepared. It seems like when you look at the cover and you know it's Dawson in the movie, you look at it and you're like, oh, I could watch this with the kids around. No, you can't.
Well, he's not like, I never watched Dawson's Creek. I was just too old for that, like just barely, but like,
yeah.
So to me, like the only Vanderbeek real reference I get is the scene in Scary Movie where he just dips his head and goes, "Oops, wrong show."
Yep.
And I was like, okay, I get the reference, but I have never watched the show. So
he also did a good cameo. I believe it was in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah.
He had I think he was with Jason Biggs or something, and they were arguing over who was. I don't remember.
My favorite scene, one of my favorite scenes, is when Tracy Morgan's like, "I don't know what the fuck you just said, little kid. But you reached out, touch your brother's heart." I don't know why that makes me laugh every fucking time, but Tracy Morgan's delivery gets me. That said, I know we got to sign off. Deuces, gooses, stay up, stay fly, go Jets. I will see you guys Tuesday night.
Thank you, Maddie. I appreciate it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will, of course, get your comments as we end out the show with the old school Jets music that has become synonymous with the Midnight Mike Show. Once again, on your way out, please, it's free. Hit the damn like button, okay? Hit the like button. Those who are new, hit the subscribe button. We come back every Tuesday night. We piggyback off of Talking Jets. So when that show ends around 10 p.m., the Midnight Mike Show comes on, goes live here on this channel. We do about an hour. Of course, it'll most likely go over because we always do. And then our flagship show, the show you can't miss, the show that will never go behind the members only paywall, is this show, Saturday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Me and Maddie will always come to you. The season is getting closer and closer, and I appreciate all of you, all the people who came on the show tonight, of course, especially Jeremy from Jets Chaos. It was great to talk to him. Bobby Midnight came on and Johnny Boy came on. And of course, those guys go around. Johnny Boy has his show and Bobby has his show. They both go on Jake Asman. They both go on, each other's shows. But we also have our Midnight Mike Show regulars who are almost exclusive in the Jets content world to the Midnight Mike Show. And you can't miss them. Mets 2128. And Sean Neutron. We had a great time talking some hockey jerseys with him tonight. And guys, thank you so much. Super chats, obviously, are always appreciated. Memberships, join the channel. I am planning on doing a new pop-up stream very shortly. And that, of course, only for the members. And I talk things other than the Jets. So, if Jets stuff comes up, I'll talk about that too. But and then our Tuesday night show is live for everybody free. At 10 p.m. But then the next morning at some point, I will pop it behind the paywall so that if you want to rewatch it, that's for the members of this channel. And hopefully next Saturday night, I'll be gifting 5 more memberships to the channel. But I don't want that to dissuade you from maybe, joining for a month and showing your support. Because when you do join for a month, you do get like I believe you get each month, you get a free super chat. And that's always awesome. It always tells how long you've been here and all that stuff. And that's awesome. You guys don't know how much I appreciate you guys being here every week, whether you super chat or not. Just the thumbs up and the comments and all that stuff and getting involved and being part of like the intermission report with
Maddie's to the top 5.
Could you really hear all that? Let's just do it one more time.
Mike and Maddie's to the top 5.
Think about what you want for the top 5 next week, folks. And of course, it's going to be your choice. This week, it was football movies, but you guys came up with spoof movies, top 5 Tom Hanks movies, top 5 TV shows. Think of those, think of a few more, and we'll do them next Saturday night. So before that, I'll see you 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time after Talking Jets here on the East Coast. See you Tuesday night, folks. I am your late night New York Jets host. This is the show for blue collar Jets fans that bleed green. I'm Midnight Mike. I can't wait to see you next time.